Yeah, that's fine.
Testing. Bollocks!
Balls are swank!
Look, the fact that the first recording I ever did started with Chris talking about roasting bollocks and putting them on a silver platter. At this point, I am not worried about being demonetized for swearing. I don't make money off this anyway.
Have you told them about that thing you did with that one clip you've got up there as well?
No, I actually meant to say that because I've not. I did it with the last recording. There's a part, like right at the start of the recording. I think you might have at the end of a sentence, or you're making like one of the weird noises you and Jenny make sometimes. It's like,
Oh, good.
So I basically clipped, and it was 0.4 of a second long. So I clipped that and turned it into a 3-minute music loop.
Oh, great, so I'm a meme now, thank you.
I've not uploaded it, don't worry.
It sounds like you're saying dun-dun-dun-dun when it's all chipped together.
Yeah, it's weird, you can actually set it to music.
It works really well, it does sound like you're going dun-dun-dun-dun.
When you come down, I'll show you, and then I can delete it afterwards. It's weird but funny.
Okay.
It is not intended as a mockery, it's just that's a weird noise that I had to clip off. What if I loop it?
Use that for something. Oh. Right, did you get my message about the update on Quickened Magic?
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes.
Did you understand it, or is there anything you want me to clarify with that?
Hang on, let me just pull it back up.
Unfortunately, the MiiBee machine gun has been outlawed.
Until higher level.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't do 2 cantrips then.
No, you can do 2 cantrips.
Oh, sorry, 2 can't do 2 slotted until later.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically what it is, sorcerers, wizards, and bards, and I think clerics and druids at a higher level, they eventually get the ability to use certain level 1 and level 2 spells as cantrips instead of as slotted spells.
Okay.
So when you hit that point, you could use Quicken Spell to cast something really absurd.
Okay, cool. So, but until then, I've been nerfed.
Pretty much, it's a way of balancing some of the encounters.
Nerfed? You can still basically obliterate anything with a raise of the eyebrow.
Exactly!
Yeah.
You don't need to use a spell slot, just eyebrow raise, everything's dead.
And to be fair, with the second thing I messaged about, if you use something like, say, Witch Bolt, which is obviously, you need to keep the concentration and you need to use your action every turn to use it, you could use a Quicken Spell to cast a slotted spell then.
Yeah.
Because you used the slotted spell last round, not this round.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Okay.
so it's like force lightning and then fire.
Pretty much.
Speaking of slotted spells, this boring bit. Could have you been keeping track of what my sorcery points are looking like at the minute? Just because I feel like I probably made a mistake with mine last session.
You regenerate your sorcery points after a long rest. Same with your spell slots.
Oh, so you'll have them back now anyway.
So could someone pass me the player's handbook very quickly? So at the start of any given day,
they're not rolling well. Use the group dice.
Yeah,
That's what they're for.
I definitely will see how these are doing. This
Here we go.
nat 20, purple dice is okay.
Spells known. Yeah. That's arcane trick stuff.
Not bad.
Here we go. You're level 3, so every morning you wake up with 3 spell slots. You can also only hold a maximum of 3 spell slots. Okay?
Sorcery.
Okay.
Yeah, sorcery points, not spell slots. Sorry.
Okay. So I've got 3. Have I got 3 at the minute?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
You'll have 3 at the start of the session, and I'll just say you regenerate those 3 sorcery points every day, because that's how it works. You can also sacrifice a spell slot to turn them into sorcery points.
Okay.
And you do that as a bonus action.
Okay. Have my spell slots regenerated as well, or?
Yeah. Start of this session. It's after a long rest. You're waking up in Quincy's. Everyone's got their spell slots back. You regenerate your sorcery points. Everyone's back to full health.
Nice.
Brilliant. Okay.
What's that?
definitely have used that in that last fight.
What was that?
Divine Smite.
Yes. As a paladin, it's sort of your go-to.
Yeah, I haven't got it in my spell slots, I've got it in me.
It's
Additional
not
features.
strictly
Yeah, 'cause
speaking
it's a
spell,
feature. You
so-
use a spell
I've
slot
forgot
to
all
do
about
it.
it.
Fair enough.
You're saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah, you use a spell slot to use it.
You didn't want to bother Nigella.
I'm pretty sure Nigella wouldn't mind being bothered.
She might have been busy or in the bath or something.
Exactly.
Dear
Smite.
points of view, thank you for showing Nigella's Christmas kitchen. Not only did I get some marvellous ideas for meals during the festive season, but I just about ripped my cock off. Frankie Boyle on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mock
What
Weed.
we-
You should have 3 level 1 spell slots.
Yeah, I've got 3 slots and 4 spells.
So let me
Yeah, that
completely
sounds alright.
redundant recipe for toast.
Cure wounds, shield of faith, command and detect. Actually, while we're on the fucking subject of toast,
Yeah.
what is Sting on about?
Hmm?
He likes his toast done on one side and that makes him English. Twat! Cook your toast properly, you bellend. Sorry, it's a song we play at work all the time, that Englishman in New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
I'm an Englishman, I like my toast done on both sides unless the other side's got cheese on it.
Yeah.
There. He's very
It's okay.
passionate about
It's
his
okay.
cheese.
It's okay.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah.
You didn't know you said the magic word now. He's going to have woken up in the living room.
Sorry, I thought cheese.
No, he loves cheese on toast. He'll eat
He does.
straight off your fingers.
I like cheese on toast.
Mommy used
Yep.
to try and steal the cheese off you, bro.
We actually have a working toaster now, which is good.
Oh, the other one exploded then.
No, well, it didn't explode. It's just, you couldn't bloody get to it, and I could never quite figure out how it actually worked because you had to preheat it, and they never made it clear which side it was preheating from. It was very confusing.
Ah, so you've got a proper one now where you just push the lever and it does the
The proper
thing.
one where it's clean, where it's clear, and the instructions are clear, and it just pops out when it's done.
It does its one job.
So you don't get this kind of quality content on Critical Role. People arguing about toasters.
I don't know if you use very thin bread,
Mm.
but I'm pretty
Here's what the bread will
certain
hold the cheese.
it's not a toast rack, it's a CD rack. I found in the cupboard in the kitchen.
Oh right, so you
Oh.
don't. You could still
God,
put your
I
toast
know.
in the CD rack, and you just.
Yeah, you'd have to use pizza bread.
This is my
Might be a
Metallica
CD
album. That's my Megadeth.
That's staying in, right?
Okay.
Here's some
Right.
cheesy singles.
Gods are on a limited clock here.
Yeah, we'll be ending tonight's session absolute latest at 10:30. Is that right with you?
Okay. That is fine by me.
And that is the absolute cut-off. If it's getting to the point where it's like 10 minutes to 10 or something like that, and I think something big's going to come up that's not going to finish within half an hour, I'll call the session there, yeah?
Okay.
Right, so I've got all my hit points back and lost all my temps.
Yes. So everyone should be at full health.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should be at full spell slots.
Yep.
Everyone who has spell slots. Dudley, you should be at full rages again.
Yep.
How many? Is it 3 rages you get a day?
It is indeed 3.
Fantastic, good to know, and they last for a minute. You'll be happy to know that at a later level, you no longer have to count the minutes.
Oh, so it's just
Level 15, you're in a rage, you are raging. You're raging until you go unconscious.
it's perma-rage and then.
Your cat.
What happened?
Kitty.
Yeah, I found that one out, that's nice.
Is it an automatic thing where you actually go unconscious after the rage?
I need to get my eyebrow pierced.
IRL or in-game?
No, possibly both.
You'd look good with an eye piercing.
Oh god.
Yeah,
So when you come down, I've got a hammer and a nail.
Would you believe one of my bosses said exactly the same bloody thing, and I didn't take him up on it either.
But then again, if Mooley gets it, it's a spellcasting ring or something.
I am balancing the homebrew item at the moment.
He's trying to homebrew you an eyebrow ring for Mooley.
Yeah.
It's the eyebrow ring.
I'm in favour of this.
Yeah, I think I've worked out that basically it would cast.
Oh god.
If they pass a wisdom save, they only take cold damage. If they fail a wisdom save, they take both cold damage and psychic damage.
But if
Nice.
it's also interchangeable,
The
hey,
brow of mockery. When the eyebrow goes up, you take 10d20 kicking the cullies damage.
Do I also get an extra bonus to intimidation?
I would probably give you a advantage to intimidation checks.
the eyebrow ring of petrification. So if anything fails the wisdom roll, it is now literally petrified and stunned for several rounds.
No, literally petrified.
To be honest,
All of your attuned magical items are basically going to be embedded in your body. I just realised.
Makes sense. Less likely to lose them.
that's not true. My cloak's not embedded
Yes.
yet.
Trying to turn a tiefling into a warforged.
We'll get there.
Right, let's do a
Okay.
thing.
So, to recap from the last session, first off, where's my pen?
I've got two here. I don't know if one of them's yours. Or...
That's right here.
He has many pens. He leaves them all over the place.
They come from work.
You do steal them. He steals them from the NHS.
Oh, yeah, just steals mine too.
Well,
For a good cause.
they tell us not to put pens down, so I keep hold of one all day, and then when I get home...
Where's my vaccine?
Yeah.
Curse my youth and relative good health.
Right then.
Right.
So, to recap from the last session, you received a few jobs from a Mr. Wormwood, a mysterious businessman in the town who members of the party have already taken to distrust, although you did work for him. And you completed the 3 jobs for him, I believe.
2.
You only completed 2. What was the third one?
We've still got to do the scribe
Pirate.
heads and the pirate's monkey.
Yeah, we went and we found that turtle though.
Yeah.
Hubert.
Yeah.
Hubert.
Hubert. And we've done the login side. So we've got to do something for the scribes.
Well, I've got written down
No,
as
the
pirates
scribe-
have lost some shite.
Pirates have lost some shite.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Yeah, they lost a monkey and some other bits.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
some shite.
The important thing is that they lost a monkey.
Here we go. Lost 3 peg legs, a hook hand, 5 eye patches, and an angry monkey named Jack.
That's it.
Please return to the luckiest crew at Pier 5.
7. 7? Should pay 7 pirates.
Yes, I did. I can't remember my handwriting.
That's good.
Upgrading to being a doctor. Well, downgrading. Probably handwriting for it.
Okay. So we're waking up in our rooms.
Yes, you are.
Are we all?
Are you?
I'm asking you. You're the GM.
Well, Breslin and Lenny wake up in the same room together, and Mooley wakes up. Is Arya waking up in the same room as Mooley?
I assumed so. Yes, you didn't tell me otherwise. So.
There we are then. It's player choice. I'm not taking away your autonomy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yay.
it is down to you as your player.
All right.
Okay then. So
Did
everyone,
you get paid an aid, or did you just go to bed?
you're on the ring to ask. Okay, so you all wake up.
If you sleep in the same room as me.
You head downstairs and are treated to a pleasant breakfast. And as the unseen servant cast by Quincy drifts past and drops your food in front of you, also drops 4 small coin purses in front of each of you, and a small note: payment for work rendered, Wormwood. In each coin purse is 50 gold pieces.
Nice.
Well, that makes my gold pieces into a much nicer, rounder number.
I closely inspect the gold. Is there anything? Can I roll insight on the gold?
Sure.
I don't trust Wormwood. 13.
Real gold.
Thrill. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
It was chocolate.
That's a crit 1.
Oh god, you're
You're
just
crunching through it.
Oh god, I have to do that.
Yeah, do you take a bite out of one of the coins to see if it's
No.
real? Because that's the only way you can check with gold coins. It's like,
Is it soft enough to leave an imprint of your teeth in it?
yeah, pretty much.
If it is, it's fake. Because gold coins aren't pure gold.
No.
I'm just gonna borrow the rubber again.
You're going to
Die.
So, as well as that, the party also have jobs from Quincy. and 2 jobs
Yes.
from the
Here you go.
Guardmaster. To remind the party of what was happening, Quincy asked for some bog iron mould, at which the party, after speaking with Hubert the Mage, were informed the best person to talk to would be Belgrade over at the Pigsty Smithy.
Mm-hmm.
There is the Dragon Scale, which you have been promised by the Way of 5 Heads monks, and they have basically agreed to give you one in exchange for some yeast from the Odell Outpost. The Odell Outpost, as it turns out, is also the same one that is currently overrun with lizard men.
So we need
Because of
2
course it is.
yeast,
Mhm.
1 for Quincy, 1 for the scribes, and we've got to kill the lizards anyway. So that's 3 jobs that are there.
Yeah. There is also a job to get some swamp salt, though you don't currently have any idea how to get a hold of that. Oh, no,
Something about the inn.
You did find out, sorry, I just remembered, you found out that the town that you want to go to, which was Giovanni's old town, was one of the major salt mines.
Yeah, that's right. The salt mine at
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, I wrote this down somewhere.
We did, I'm just reminding. Solasavar.
Ah, wrote it down there.
You also got the job about the swamp monster.
which is also at Solasabar.
Yeah. And you were given a few names of people to talk to for advice, namely the mediator.
At the Wandering Demon Inn.
Correct. So, what would the party like to do?
Well, we've got Solasabar and Odell are the 2 places we need to go.
Yeah.
Which way around do we want to do it?
I think we get
Aye.
the most done about. I think we get the most done. We'd get the most done in Odell, wouldn't we?
Well, Odell, we need the yeast extract and to kill the lizards. We need 2 lots of yeast extract, so that's 3 jobs.
Yeah. So
Solasabar is 2 jobs plus my personal. So,
And you said there was some people worth talking to in town as well.
Yeah, namely the mediator. You've already spoken to the guard captain.
The mediator, and did you say it's the blacksmith as well?
Yes, the blacksmith, a gentleman named Belgrade at the Pigsty Smithy.
But would it be worth doing these 2 little bits in town just to make sure we've done them and have all the information?
that's it. Do get the information before we decide which way we're going.
And I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people might want to get armour and or get things mended at the smiths.
Yes, I'd like to actually ask a couple of questions about magic weapons. Just thinking back to that werebear fight, you know, just in case if we encounter anything like that again, if it's more susceptible to magic, then having a magic weapon probably wouldn't hurt if I could at least have a little backup just in case.
That's actually not a bad idea, darling. Mooley dear, can you enchant things? I don't really know. How does your magic work?
can I?
No, you can't. Enchanting magic is a very high-level skill, only used by 2 different schools of wizardry. Sorcerers can impart minor enchantments, so to make a weapon magical, but there are particular spells for it, none of which you have access to yet.
Well, I could make your bed warmer by setting it on fire, if that's what you mean.
No, thank you, dear. I've got other ways of doing that.
She's very good at pointing at things and making them die.
That is my specialty.
That's mostly what sorcerers do. One of the best jobs I've ever had was sorcerers are the barbarian of the mage class.
Battle mages.
To be honest, whereas
Magic,
you two are both
magic.
fighter subclasses, you are actually close to a fighter class. You have a bit of magic, but mostly you are a fighter. Barbarians are dedicated damage
Pure
outputs.
fighter.
And in the same way, sorcerers adapt to wizards. Sorcerers are dedicated damage, destruction, and just wrecking the field.
WKSD.
Yeah.
We kill shit dead.
Yeah, you two are the pure DPS classes. You are the tank healer, you are the buff jack of all trades. That's pretty much how it works.
So, where should we go? Shall we head and see a blacksmith, or shall we head and see a crime boss?
Is one on the way to the other, or are they in the opposite directions? We've got
we
the
could
Pigsty
split.
Smithy and the Wandering Demon Inn.
From the directions that you got yesterday, the Wandering Demon Inn is in the northernmost part of the town before you actually get to the swamp. It's like in the really dingy residential part of town. Whereas the Pigsty Smithy is on the southernmost part of the city,
Right.
actually on its own dedicated, effectively landmass within the swamp.
Well, you want to look for some weapons. I'm always interested in getting some extra kit. So, shall we go to the smithy if you ladies want to go to see the mediator, or would you rather us all go together?
I think we could handle ourselves. What do you think, dear? I'm fairly certain we could deal with anything.
Why not?
We're pretty, what's the term? OP.
Well, if anything goes squirrely, I'm sure we'll hear you explode something and we'll come running.
There we go.
And if anything kicks off at our end, you'll hear him going batshit, and so you come running.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're going to split the party very quick, I will deal with the boys first.
For the boys. Me and the
Deal with
boys.
the boys first.
Boys
Lucky
and-
we- oh,
Boys and the
it's
toys, we're going to buy
patriarchy.
shops.
Yeah.
Shut up, the patriarchy!
This is not the Patreon. You two don't want to know what I've got set up for you two in this situation.
Boys go first, just like in life.
I'm happy to do the Wandering
No,
Demon
no,
Doll
we're
first.
joking. We're clearly joking, you
I
can
know you
tell.
are. Both places are about the same distance.
But we run. So that's why we get first, because we get there first.
Oh, just quickly, we're meeting at the southern gate. No.
You're getting a full
there is
fill
no-
to the eyebrow, by the way.
There's no real gate to
We're
dock
meeting
at.
at that end of the swamp,
Yeah,
ready to go out into said swamp.
absolutely fine.
Just so we all are aware and don't end up wandering around the town shouting for each other.
Yeah.
But we go for both ends at the same time.
So, Lenny and Preslin arrive at. To be honest, from the outside, it doesn't look like a smithy. You're used to the smiths at your tribe and clan, so dedicated buildings, very specially built. You, obviously being the son of the clan's blacksmith, you kind of knew what to expect, but it wasn't this. And you did grow up in some cities. You sort of know what to expect.
You expect a chimney.
This is not that. This is basically an open yard, effectively, that backs onto what looks like a scrapyard or a junkyard. And you can tell. I'm not going to make you roll perception. Both of you passive perception is okay enough to spot this, because you hear the sound very audibly. And you kind of follow the sound of like hammering metal on metal, and the smell of smelting to where there's just this plume of thick black smoke just evaporating. There's no chimney or anything. This is just going into. This is a very cheaply ramshackle. Looks like it's been made from reclaimed rocks and anything that can be just cobbled together to make a makeshift forge. Enough to basically like melt down some of the scrap metal to be able to turn into workable arms and armor, but not enough to really work with good quality materials. Can both of you give me an investigation check? Both with advantage.
It's just a straight roll for this one.
5.
13.
13. You're a bit more focused on the smith. You can kind of see him working away at his craft. This big, massive figure with grey skin, heavy tattoos all over his body. You recognise him straight away as being one of the mountain folk, the Goliaths. You, meanwhile, are more interested, strangely enough, in the weaponry and armour. For saying this is a makeshift ramshackle forge, I mean, he's using a good quality hammer, but the anvil he's actually using is actually just a lump of metal with a flat top. It's that makeshift. But looking over the weapons and armour he has made, it is of incredible quality.
Okay.
The craftsmanship this man clearly puts into what he makes is insane. if this man probably had good quality equipment, you'd be looking at masterclass quality. The fact he's working with crap and he's still producing things better than your clan could produce, that is the quality we're talking about here. And your clan
When you're
was
as
not
strong
shoddy.
as that, you don't really need to melt the metal. You can just hammer it flat. You could cold hammer it.
Can I see any particular weapons that you might have on display already? Or
He's got little things hanging up, so things that are clearly for sale and hanging up for a couple of days. Lots of selections of daggers, a few swords, axes, javelin heads that haven't been attached to shafts yet. Just that kind of thing, really. So there's lots of good quality pieces. Give me an investigation check.
let's get a straightforward roll. 7.
7. To be honest, it all just looks such good quality. Like, looking really close, you can see...
I was gonna say, because these are metal, right?
Yeah.
Can I use the blacksmith's education that you gave me at advantage insight metal?
Yes, absolutely.
16.
16, much better. So, you have to look really close to see that these were cold struck. Cold struck is where the metal wasn't quite hot enough, but there's clearly been enough work put into this to make it work. And just, again, you have to look really close to see where the hammer smashes are, or where there might be a slight chip in the metal. But in terms of quality and function, this is really good. You're more just shocked by this.
To be able to make weapons of that quality with such poor equipment shows he's got some real talent.
Exactly. So, what do you want to do?
Wait for him to pause and introduce myself. Ask him.
This
Mhm.
is a really good blacksmith that we're going to be dealing with. It's not exactly the best materials he's using, but he's making amazing stuff, so better than what we do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, when you're that strong,
Mm.
look at him.
It's not just the size of his muscles as well. It's just what you can do with his tools.
I'll see you back at the inn.
He'll be in his bunk.
I'll see back at you.
Okay. You don't see the smith pause really. You see him occasionally move. But after a few minutes, someone approaches you. About a bit shorter than you, but not by much. It's a man with very dark brown skin and heavy red hair. He sort of, you can see him kind of moving things around and putting things up on shelves, and then turns around and spots you and says, "Do you two need anything?"
Yes, just didn't want to interrupt while he was working. We've been told that you might be able to either get us or point us in the direction of some bog iron mould.
Oh, bog iron. Yeah, I can help with that. Samson, go for a break. Name's Belgrade.
Belgrade, yes, we were told to ask for him as Belgrade.
Yes.
My colleague was just commenting on the quality of the craftsmanship.
Oh, thank you. Most of it's mine. Unfortunately, the bits that are a bit cracked, my apprentice, he's not quite got the talent for fire. But very, very good craftsmanship. We do what we can with what we have.
Talent for fire? What exactly is he still working on at the moment? Because my father used to be a blacksmith. I used to actually work quite a fair bit under him as well, so maybe there's...
You probably know a fair bit yourself then. Obviously we can't get good quality coal. We mostly smelt using peat that we get from the bog, which burns as hot as coal, but it takes time. My apprentice, Samson, as you saw, he's very strong, very, very good at what he does.
Oh, yes.
But there are a few advantages that a few of us have. You see him like move his hand like that, and sparks and fire start to come from his hand as he holds a ball of flame.
Guess you don't need a furnace when you've got...
Some advantage of your great-great-grandfather being a Ignis fire genie.
Fascinating.
So you wouldn't know. Can you make a history check?
19.
Perfect. You have met Genasi in your past. mostly water genasi. The genasi are half genie mortals, who's a bit like how the tieflings are part demon, they're part genie. And there are 4 types. Mostly you met water, obviously being on a ship. Most water genasi tend towards working on ships, working on the water. Same with air genasi, descendants of Jinn, air genie. This gentleman in front of you is descended from an Ifriti, which is a fire genie. So mastery over fire.
Yes, so he doesn't need his forge.
This is tiefling. Sorry, we're playing. Sorry.
That's fine.
Sharp, pointy tiefling.
Well,
Can I just say, out of character, when you were rooting through that bag, you look like a dice goblin.
She is
a dice goblin.
That's the noise it now makes.
Dunk.
If
I have
watching,
filmed it.
Yeah, if anyone watching this ever went back and re-watched the videos of us like testing the capacity on these things, we have got more dice since.
I have filled it since.
We worked out we had something like 600 dice divided between the 3 dice
And
packs.
the rest. Plus the ones you've got hidden under your mattress.
And the ones in the weird chest.
I have chests of dice that don't match anything.
Yeah.
But you can't get rid of them because they're dice.
The random pound bag of dice.
Yeah, that was great.
They're great,
Yeah.
I like the noise they make.
Me too.
Shiny math rocks make happy clack clack noise.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right then. So you're looking for iron mold.
Yeah, bog eye mold.
That's right. I can give you descriptions on how to find it. It's quite far out into the bog, but it's mostly produced. I mean, you'd have to go. You'd usually find it at the deepest point of the swamp, somewhere between either here and Solosabar or here and Odell. You usually find about halfway between.
Well, we've got to go to both those places anyway, so
Fantastic.
just a description of what to look out for, how we can recognise it.
What you're looking for is a cluster of circular patterns on the top of the swamp, where it's most solid, primarily. Not really where it's liquid. Where it's liquid, you might get a little bit, but not much. I mean, you're looking to harvest the iron directly or the fungus?
The mold itself.
The actual mold. Okay, so you'll want to actually go to either, and if you go to more liquid parts and find it, you'll need to collect it in a sterilised jar. If you are collecting it directly from the peat, you can just put it in something and carry it back. It will continue to produce enough as it is from that. And what you're looking for is a cluster of red circles on the top of the swamp.
Right, well, like I said, we've got to go to Solosaba and Odell anyway,
Perfect.
so thank you for your time. Is there anything we can do for you?
I'm quite alright, thank you. I mean, if you're actually going to Solosabar and you're going to Odell, are you actually going there for a reason? Have you been hired to deal with our problems out there?
We've been hired to deal with the problems with the lizards, and we need some of the materials from Odell, and I need to go to Solosabar. Again, we've been hired to deal with the swamp monster, and I have personal reasons to go there also.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. When you've dealt with both problems, if you deal with both problems, of course, please come back and I'll be happy to reward both of you. Is there more to your group? I mean,
Yeah, there's another 2 with us.
then please come back and I'll have something special as a thank you for helping our small town.
Now, for a favour, because I remember you mentioning about requiring coal for your fire.
Well, we use peat rather than coal.
Now, you say that you prefer to have coal, wouldn't you, if possible?
Not really.
Really?
Both of them work about the same level.
I
It's just
see.
that peat can be a bit more difficult to get hot, but when it is hot, it is as hot and it burns for longer.
Interesting,
It's
because...
harder to get going.
It is, yeah, 'cause it's a bit wet.
Well, I was just wondering, with your apprentice, if he ever needs any tips on blacksmithing at all, at any point I could always offer a couple of bits of advice to him. If there's any materials out there that you need us to gather, if there's any different embers or coal, if there's anything that you would know, then we could surely collect it.
Well, I'm
You're
sure.
offering him a hand, Lenny.
Well, I'm sure when Samson's got a day off. Where are
Why
you
is Alan
staying?
talking to me in my brain?
Where are you staying?
We're We're staying at Quincy's.
Oh, the Happy Griffin. That's one. Very nice place. Good to see him back in town for a few days at least. When he's got a day off, he'll drop by, and if you spot him, I'm sure he'd quite like someone to talk to. Someone of his own stature, of course. I mean, I feel sorry for the lad. I mean, he's young by Goliath standards, and obviously there are no mountains near here, just got dropped off, and big strong muscles, I thought, fantastic for working the forge.
So, kind of seems a little bit out of place. Kind of like me in sort of way. Could use a friend, maybe.
Yep.
Lenny has pulled.
He hasn't exchanged a word with him yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
There's no words he wanted to exchange.
Is there anything you two are interested in terms of purchasing?
Have a look at the. Well, I've got me cleaver. I don't suppose. Unless they need them. Have a look at some of the knives. Are they balanced throwing?
He has a few throwing knives for purchase. About 3 gold each, unless you want to buy, say, 5, which in case you do, for 10 gold.
5 it is.
Yeah.
Brings me up to 11.
Again, as I said, the material is not very good quality, but the craftsmanship, they are perfectly balanced.
Always make a purchase. Just be,
And you?
Do you have any hand axes for sale, or one-handed battle axes I could use in the field?
We have a few bits and pieces. What exactly are you looking for?
Well, so I could probably go with my shield, so I can use one hand defend.
We've got plenty of axes. That's not a problem.
You asking this bloke to show you his chocolate?
Maybe.
Is there a particular type of axe you're interested in? Anything particular you want it to do?
Just
Things to bits.
Yeah.
well, I mean, besides just chopping things to bits, don't suppose you've heard of anyone or might know anything about enchanted weapons or anything that could have a magic element to it?
Well, for something of a bit more of an enchanted nature, you'd have to go to one of the larger cities. But if you're looking for something that can get through some magical armor, I have some silvered weapons.
What sort of silvered weapons have you got?
Can someone person plays handle very quickly? Thank you very much. So you were interested in axes?
An axe would be very nice if you've got one, please.
Oh, we have plenty of axes, as I said.
Well said. Something that can turn living people into dead people, I believe is what you said.
These are all such
That's
brilliant
an
ideas.
enchantment?
Mm.
Is that an enchantment?
Is there an enchantment that turns living people into dead people? There probably is, actually.
Yeah, it's called a breeze block on a rope.
I was actually going to go with the homebrew spell, Girl-like Spear of Throwing. It's an orc spell, if you can believe it.
I would like something that can turn people into firewood.
I want something
Bizarrely, there probably
that
is.
can turn people into food. Right. Got it.
Oh god, it's the Minecraft thing. Poke and it's steak.
You know, bizarrely, there probably is actually a spell somewhere in there that turns dead people into living people,
Well, sure.
which is nearly the same thing.
Now, you're sure... Isn't axe definitely what you're interested in? I see you have a fantastically crafted greatsword. Maybe something that does either... Maybe something more for stabbing or for bludgeoning would be more appropriate then.
Might come handy because this one seems to be a little bit more bludgeony.
It's more... It's slashing.
It's slashing, but yet when I stab, for some reason I can't.
That's
impale
what it doesn't...
So I'd like something
It's
with
an
a
execution.
You want something piercing.
something piercing.
You want piercing?
Well-
First you're asking about his chopper, then you want him to pierce you. I'm going to leave you to it.
This is harassment, this is...
No, let me just get the candles.
Listen, he's just trying to do a bit of shopping.
I think I might have something just up your alley.
Oh! I blushed a little bit.
Belgrade doesn't notice, to be honest. He's very focused on his job. And going behind the counter, you hear a click of something unlocking, and then the click of something locking again. And he sets on the table a war pick. So a pickaxe, but designed for combat. Yeah. The tip of the pick is silvered to get through any kind of magical armor. So, if that's what you're inclined for.
That looks like a giant pickaxe.
Basically.
Can't be used like one, though, can it?
It can.
That's exactly how you use it.
Two jobs all in one.
Actually, when you guys were looking for a pickaxe last session?
I was thinking get a pickaxe because we might need to do some mining.
Oh, there we go then.
I know I like to do some mining.
Yeah, you can absolutely use a war pick as a mining tool. And it does piercing damage rather than slashing.
Okay.
It'll go through a bloody wall, given enough wallops.
That will cost 200 gold.
Ooh, that's very interesting, very tempting.
Silver, it's one of the cheaper silvered weapons we do. Silver's difficult to get a hold of out here.
Still, might come in handy in a pinch, and if we need to do a bit of mining.
Back full of silver coins.
So I hand over 200 gold.
Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Okay, so you've got a war pick. It is silvered,
Okay,
and it does D8 piercing damage.
D8 piercing.
Yeah.
Those very nice standard stat.
Yeah, standard stat. If you've already got knives, they do that stat.
Yeah, basically the low quality material but excellent quality craftsmanship balances it out.
Exactly.
I like it.
Alright then.
Right, well, we'll hopefully be back when we've dealt with the lizards, the swamp monsters, and the nasty shark.
Alright then.
Okay.
So, moving on to the ladies.
I just want to say I've just put a gold piece into Quincy's cookie chest, so I now have a level 1.
Well.
Now see, I was going to give it to you, my dear.
She put it in. She put it in the cookie slot.
Sorry, which one did you take? Is it the regenerator?
I've put in one in the gold. I put in a gold piece, which means I've got a level 1 spell slot cookie. So basically, it's a cookie that will give you back a level 1 spell slot if you're in need.
Nice.
I just thought that might be quite handy for either one of us.
Okay then.
So we're just so I'm aware, we're asking him about the swamp monster.
You can ask whatever you want. So,
But I thought he was only released.
he is the one who released.
the beast.
Yes. Okay then. So, as you two walk through the dingier part of town, it's not. To be honest, it's dingy by your standards. MiiBee, for you, it's somewhat reminiscent of where your apartment was back in your city. By the way, I need to give you the name for the city you're originally from, don't I?
Well, I think possibly.
Did you do armour?
You got a few bits and pieces, yeah.
Well, I was looking for a helmet.
You already have it? Yeah, you already got the helmet, Sharon.
Do I have a helmet?
Yeah, you got it. Cool.
Sorry about that. So just finding out where MiiBee came from.
Yeah, well, I'm not father, clearly.
Well, yes, when two tieflings love each other very much.
They have a special hug. And that's all there is to it, nothing else.
Or a demon and a human.
Oh, yes.
One chucked a fireball and the other one yelled, "Look out."
Okay, Emma.
Yes.
MiiBee is originally from the island Hrolwub. ROHLWUB.
Okay. Yeah, I had that bit. Yeah.
And you're from the city Perdenkur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And I know I meant to give you which island. To be honest, I've been thinking about with your parent backstory. I think your parents are actually from the mainland. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So basically, although you've lived on the archipelago for a long time, you weren't born on the archipelago.
Okay.
So everyone here is originally from Killarin, which is quite good. Right. So to you two. So MiiBee, where this residential area, it's kind of reminiscent of some of the single houses from where your apartment was back in Perdenkur. So it's not so much slum district as you see it. It's more lots of rented accommodation. Places that are a bit shabbier than you'd expect them to be. But by RE standards, this is a slum.
I didn't know that people could actually live in places like this. Surely the houses would sink into the floor. You alright? You're getting that migraine look on your face again.
Am I?
Eventually you come up to a building, probably in the best condition of all the ones around you. It is very clearly a bar, but unlike Quincy's Tavern or any of the bars that you have been to, like Jimmy's, rather than entering from the front, rather than going in and it being open there, you see that all the signs lead you to a staircase that goes downstairs. And across the top it says The Wandering Demon Bar.
Oh, very much our sort of place, eh?
Yes. On guard, I think.
Alright,
Alright.
so you head inside?
We've got our weapons, we'll be safe. No one's got a reason to attack us.
Yet.
Oh, are you planning on beating somebody up?
With tieflings, most people have a reason.
Do you think so?
Bullying experience?
They seem to think so.
No. Right then. So, heading down the stairs, the light gets darker and darker, but for both of you it doesn't really bother you. Mooley especially, you barely notice any difference. Arya, meanwhile, your eyes click into your dark vision as you go. So colour starts to fade, but you still see everything in very high detail, just black and white. Everything's starting to look a bit Blair Witchy.
You'd think that someone would bother to put the candles on.
Oh, is it dark? Okay.
Is it busy?
As you get to the bottom of the stairs, the lights do click in. It's a lot brighter at the bottom of the staircase, and it's not overly busy. The people in here are drinking, enjoying themselves just a little bit. It's very early for this, but it looks like the people who are here probably haven't been to bed yet, for the most part. Can both of you give me perception checks? Arya at advantage.
At advantage, eh?
Placement.
15.
22.
Okay, both of you see about the same time. To be honest, you both went quite high over what was necessary. So looking into the room, it takes a few minutes to kind of see what you're looking for, really. You didn't really ask much about who you were looking for.
We knew he was a tiefling.
Yeah, you knew he was a tiefling, and people called him the blue tiefling, but that was about it. As you look around the room, you see a few tieflings smashed around, but typically in shades of red and purple and pink. Lots of different shades, all sat with other people. Eventually your eye lands on a table which is being a bit more raucous than the others. And at the table, as you get a bit closer, you can see 5 people sat around the table. There is a dwarf woman with a large mug of ale. There is a Triton man who is a blue elf. Basically an aquatic elf. There is a human woman with a man looking quite nervous. They look a bit like tourists, like they walked into the wrong place. And there's another human man wearing what looks like official robe, official clothing, like not necessarily a suit of armor, but he's got medals, he's got a sash, he's got lots of symbols that mark him as someone important. And the last one at the table, there is a tiefling at the table, but he is not blue. He is black.
Yes, they said he was... I remember this last session, they said he's not actually blue, he's black.
What you see is a black tiefling with shades of white to denote where the skin kind of comes in. So like whiter shades of cheeks and around the neck. But the main thing you see are the myriad of scars and tattoos that go all the way from the fingers up his bare arms, clearly go inside his tunic, all down his neck, his face. This man looks about as much scar tissue as Freslin. But whereas Freslin is burned scar tissue, this man looks like he's been cut, he's been flayed, he's been whipped, bitten, scratched, every kind of injury you could imagine. And those bits of skin that have healed have all healed back blue. Mooley, could you give me a medicine check at advantage?
8.
All of his scars are blue.
Was that at advantage? Ouch.
Fair enough. What was the bad roll?
4.
Ow. Fuck.
I mean, that was without that was well 6 with my bonus, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Oh, you
6
were
with my bonus, but yeah.
Fair enough.
You went to a glitch for a second there.
Yeah, the screen kind of just stopped on you for a moment, but no worries.
You're mended now, though.
Yeah. Beside him, there are 2 women, one tiefling of yellow skin tone, and a human, both dressed in things that would make Arya blush, quite frankly.
What, so they basically just stood there in tiny little thongs and bikinis?
Pretty much, yeah. There's not a lot there, to be honest. They're clearly there.
There's more
for
material
show.
in a handkerchief.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just string and then probably just a couple of little buttons.
Could Arya give me a insight check
Okay.
at base?
At base, right.
You
For
can't
one.
tell. You can't tell who's winning, but they're all playing cards.
Oh, they're playing cards.
As
That I probably can't even tell what game they're playing. So.
yeah, you know that they're playing cards and there's money on the table.
Mooly, they're playing cards.
Really?
As the 2 of you approach, people kind of look up, and the tiefling kind of just waves a finger, and the Triton man and the dwarf kind of stand up. You see the Triton man basically sweep the pile towards them into a small sack and go, "Good game," and just walk away. The dwarf kind of follows him. The woman looks a bit confused, but the man with her kind of drags her away from the table. So all that's left is this black and blue tiefling and the human man in the official clothing. The tiefling turns to the man and says, "We will continue our conversation at a later day." "Quite all right." The man just stands up and walks away.
Great.
The tiefling steeples his fingers and looks at the 2 of you. "Hello, how can I help you? You're new in my bar, so clearly you're here for a reason."
We were actually looking for somebody.
"Oh. Anyone I might know?"
Do you happen to know anyone who goes by the Mediator? Or indeed the Blue Tiefling?
Just at that mention, just typical thing from any kind of crime film or anything. Everyone goes quiet and looks at you, like the eerie, dripping silence.
Aria's
So-
completely chilled by this. She's used to people looking at her. She's beautiful.
Just turn around and cast an eyebrow at the room.
Give me an intimidation check.
This is good. You've got the 2 charisma builds in.
25.
Everyone who looked at you
Yeah.
kind of just goes, "Oh shit, this is serious."
Go back to the drinks.
Yeah.
The piano starts back up.
Yeah, people tried to intimidate you two, like you shouldn't have said that. But the second you did the eyebrow raise, it was like, "Oh shit, we shouldn't have looked at them."
Sorry.
I just realised she's Rocky Johnson.
Oh yeah.
The eyebrow.
So
Yeah.
we will literally go, "If you smell what the tiefling is cooking." I'm sorry.
Smackdown Hotel.
Continue.
Well, I've not seen anyone be able to do something quite that impressive in a while. Why the fuck do I keep going to Russian? French.
Go
Au
on, yeah.
revoir. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Okay, I'll try and speak with this. Well, if you're looking for the mediator, you found him. He kind of waves his hand and the 2 women leave. People don't really come in my bar unless they have a reason. So what's your reason?
Well, for starters, gentlemen usually offer a seat rather than just assuming we're going to sit with them.
I didn't say I was a gentleman, but please, take a seat. But I do warn you, if you take a seat at this table, you do have to play at least one hand.
Both of us?
Whoever takes a seat.
I prefer to stand.
I'll take a seat.
Ah, very good. So, you have question or information, or are you here for work? I can do anything.
Clearly. We were told that you might have some information about some sort of swamp monster out in the, swamp.
The guard captain mentioned me, didn't he?
Captain Stevenson.
Yes, that would be him.
I think it's Stevenson. I've just realised.
Stefan. Stefaron, that's right.
Stefan. Yeah.
Stefaron.
Stefaron. I can't read my own handwriting. Captain Stefaron. Yes.
He's been trying to get information out of me for a very long time. But then again, he doesn't agree to sit at my table. So, play a game. One game with me, and you'll get your information.
Of course.
Can you roll perception?
I want to use my cards, though. You will understand, of course.
Absolutely fine by me. Can you roll perception very quickly?
Me?
Yeah. And Mooley as well.
8.
Need you notice much. I should mention there is a rule at my table for people who come looking for information.
Of course.
The gamble is simple. You win, you lose, I answer your question. You win, you leave with a pot of money or a small wish that I may agree to at a later date. You lose a small tribute, if you will. And he snaps his fingers, and about 3 or 4 people who are all kind of standing nearby, men and women, all kind of smile at you or raise a hand. And you see that one of the men is missing his index finger at about second knuckle. And the man to his right is missing one of his canine teeth. While the last woman who is stood there, actually the dwarf woman who left a moment ago, you actually see as she lifts her hair, she's missing her right ear. Just a small offer. Depends if you win or lose.
Mr. Mediator, you must understand that in my profession, it's not...
Oh, come on, what were you really doing with a toe?
Never heard of a toe job.
You don't know you don't know I haven't got cloven hooves.
We've discussed this and neither of you do.
No.
Nothing serious.
The thing is that in my professional capacity, I can't really have anything that's too physically obviously missing.
We can take it back more though.
And not presumably today. I do have 1 or 2 jobs to be doing. You'll know where I am.
And actually, and you see the dwarf kind of pull up a pair of pliers. Who we take now?
Alright, I see.
If you win, you lose nothing. You gain a lot.
Alright.
Okay, I should have gone. Doesn't matter if I lose.
Because you know, she's the only one in the party who's proficient with a deck of cards.
I am.
I literally set this one up.
Oh yeah, proficiency, don't I get bonuses?
Yes, you get to add your proficiency bonus to your roll.
I don't know what my proficiency
But I could use sleight of hand to palm the cards.
That would be cheating.
I've also got
Yeah,
plus
and
7 to
so
sleight of hand.
Okay,
Right.
so it's 3 rolls,
3 rolls, right.
and it's best 2 out of 3.
What is it plus, by the way?
Plus 2 for you.
15.
You show your hand, you have 3 7s.
Mhm.
He has 2 8s. You won the first hand.
Is this like poker by chance, or?
It is.
7. That's not so good.
Unfortunately, in this hand, you have 2 3s, and he has 4 queens. Last one.
12.
It was fucking close.
Oh.
As you show your hands, he has 3 6s, and you have 3 7s again. What a fucking 5.
Ooh.
Thank you for playing that game. And your names would be?
Sonata.
And you, my dear.
Molly.
A pleasure. So, you may have your information, and you may have a favour. Any point. I work on many islands, so just look for anywhere called the Demon's Bar.
So what exactly is the thing you released into the swamps?
Have you ever heard of a Shambling Mound? Can both of you two roll History or Arcana, whichever is higher?
15.
What's the roll 2 there? I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. Reroll, 18, 19.
Okay, both of you know what a Shambling Mound is. A Shambling Mound is a basically a mound of plant matter that has been struck by arcane lightning and has become alive. Oh, it's a rather horrible thing.
Sounds it, and that was supposed to deal with the lizard folk, was it?
It was, as well as the other things at the what was it? What did the locals call it? Oh yes, Solosaba village.
Other things?
Hello.
Yes.
Little monsters, nothing much to be concerned about if you know how to swing a sword or an axe. I understand.
Oh, fuck.
I understand nothing. Nothing particularly
What about the magic thing?
vicious, just they don't seem to like it when people come too close. But then, of course, you have the mound that comes out every so many days, and is there anything to bit of havoc for travellers or anyone nearby? It's understandable, of course. It is a very special shambling mound. I paid quite a lot of gold to have it brought in. Bit of a wizard's project over on one of the other islands, you see.
I see.
One thing, are you going after it?
We have been offered a sum of money to deal with it.
Well, whatever you're being paid, I will double it if you can manage the job. I don't like my embarrassments hanging around too long, and this one's been around for much too long.
Are you
Be
sure?
1,000 gold.
He doesn't know that.
No? Sure.
Are you sure about that? I mean, the captain was extremely generous with the offer he made us.
What was the offer?
700?
Roll deception. I believe you get this at
I
advantage.
get an advantage because he's a man, I assume.
Yeah.
23?
He believes you. But absolutely. And let's make it a fine even around 1,500.
1,500 gold.
Oh yes.
A man of means.
As for information about the creature, it you, Mooley, was it?
Correct.
You look like someone who casts a few lightning bolts.
I've been known to.
I wouldn't recommend it against the Shambling Mound. Lightning only empowers it.
That makes sense.
Also an unfortunate situation due to the mutation. You may expect it to burn quite rapidly. This one travels with its own miniature swamp. It is not susceptible to flame.
Now that is interesting.
So we can't burn it and we can't electrocute it.
No.
I have other means.
I'm sure you do. Now, if there is anything else,
I don't believe there is, really.
No.
I don't think so. We sort of know where we're getting all the other materials from. Oh, well, we were told that there was a salt mine sort of near here that would, I assume, be a place to get swamp salt from.
yes, surprisingly, that's where the beast has set up home.
Oh, wonderful. So, excellent. It's just in the way.
Bottommost layer in the deepest parts of the salt mine.
Convenient.
Quite, it's almost like this was organised.
You're not allowed to do shit like that, Cal. You'll make me laugh out of character. Right, well, given that that appears to be everything, I think we should probably take our leave. This isn't really my sort of place. But you play a very good game.
You're more than welcome to return anytime, Sherry. Alright, Sherry.
Still Russian.
Damn it!
You went Russian again.
Good. French sucks arse. And not in a good way.
Well, they might. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, he eats in
Right, you just
surrender
lost your only
monkeys.
French viewers. You had
It's like I had any.
Zootalours.
Mangalore.
So,
Mandalorian.
short break while I get a drink. What do people... I know that got a bit heavy at one point. What do people think?
Oh, I was going to lose fingers.
Yeah, you actually could.
Yeah, I was a little bit on the edge of my seat for that. But then I was thinking, offer a horn, offer a horn, offer a horn, offer a horn, offer a horn.
I'm not offering up one of my horns, they're beautiful.
Not enough to grab onto as well later.
Just check my price list.
My bridesmaid like the beer. Give me something to hang on to.
Oh, best.
No, she's not dead.
Just ran out of juice.
Exactly.
I assume we both leave.
Yeah, you both
Thanks,
leave unaccosted.
As we just leave, I'm just going to do this shuddering. Oh, I don't like talking to other tieflings. Present company accepted.
That's perfectly alright. I don't like talking to you.
And a chill filled the room.
That's getting at it.
Mooley dear, have I done something to offend or upset you in any of the time that we've known each other?
Yes, you keep breathing.
That,
Administering an air tax.
Just so I'm aware, whatever it is that I'm doing, is it because I am enjoying my life? Is it because I persist in existing?
it's because you enjoy your life so loudly.
Well, why not, dear? We might as well. We're a very long time dead and a very short time alive.
Oh, I know all about the dead.
You have experience with the dead getting back up, have you?
No, that's one of their redeeming qualities. They don't tend to.
Should we go find the boys and then find something to kill?
I like that idea.
And we can try and be friends, can't we?
We can try and be not enemies.
I'll take that. Tieflings don't tend to like me, so... Okay, well...
Weirdly enough, I can imagine Raiko walking past and goes, "Too right."
So you too, dear.
But in fact, Raiko doesn't like any tiefling because he's feral.
That's why he's not allowed to sleep inside anymore.
Well, he's drunk all the time. He didn't learn better.
That's why he's not allowed to go potty indoors. Sorry.
Right. So, the party all meet up, and I'll say between monetary transactions, you being fitted for a sort of a belt loop for the pick, you getting the right sizing for the everything you need for the daggers, and you two finishing up at the bar. You all get to the edge of town around the same time.
I'll go nip back to the Griffin to tool up, get my armour and the rest of my sharp pointy sticks.
I'm just going to toilet really quick and then we'll continue. Yeah?
I'll go back to it.
Probably that Paul would also say to Quincy dear. Obviously, Cal's out, but I'll be like, this is where I'd ask about magic plates. Does anybody know anything about like magic weapons? I mean, no silver's good, but
Well, my fork is enchanted by a goddess.
I suppose I could get something enchanted by the will of power of Bahamut.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how religious magic works. Might have to do a lot of praying or something.
It's weird because I never do
That's
this.
how mine works.
It's strange because I never do this actual praying, but I do light a couple of candles. I put my ring in the middle, not that sort of ring, before you ask.
Share a room with you. I see you do it every night.
I'm talking about praying.
That's what I'm on about.
And I just,
Candles
and I
and a
just,
ring.
I just sit there, I just imagine talking to Bahamut in my head. But then sometimes I do sort of grunt. Frustration.
That is praying.
Is that what it is, praying?
Yeah, when you talk, you're nodding your head.
Oh!
That's
I thought it was like we
Or
had to,
schizophrenia, one or the other.
thought we had to say some special things and do
no,
some...
there are with religions like mine. There are certain pre-written prayers, but when you commune with your God, whatever you think, whatever you say, if they answer, then they've heard it. If they don't, then they might have heard it.
Is this how Bahamut's communing with me through dreams at the moment? Because I keep seeing the dragons, platinum, silver. I'm seeing the white trees and then the leaves falling and like snow and everything. And then there's also that place I need to visit, and I did have it written down. I can't fucking remember what it's called.
I can get you the name again.
It begins.
Sassam.
Sassam. I remember.
S-A-S-M.
I remember.
Breslin, could you give me a religion roll?
Just quickly as well, will we update it? So we went,
15.
so we went and saw the mediator, and Archipelago, how would you describe him? Because I've got a couple of choice words, but you're very good with words.
So how did you get on with this mediator?
His rewards are lavish. His punishments apparently would be equally lavish.
How so?
Well, he came this close to being able to rob her of a molar.
Wait, what?
He challenged me to a game of cards for information, and if I lost, he would have taken a tooth, or a toe, or a finger, or some part of me. Fortunately, I'm very good at cards.
Fortunately.
I mean, I honestly would have described him as an unmitigated bastard, but you know.
That was funny when you actually roleplay out a bit where you got something removed.
What on earth would he want with a part of you? Ritualistic casting?
I think he might just be a certain sort of psychopath, to be brutally honest.
Or maybe he's trying to build a person from bits.
Yes,
Can I roll a major make?
that has been known to happen.
You, obviously, being a paladin of Cyril Lee / Nigella, you do have some formal training in religion. Because of that, you do remember texts and information on zealots, which is the third category of religious warriors. You've got clerics, paladins, and then zealots, which is what Lenny is. Zealots are unfortunately the least connected to their deity through message and religion. Because of that, they find it difficult to get direct messages as a paladin or cleric might. That said, they get a lot of messages through omens, portents, and little messages in dreams, but it's not a direct line.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit more round the edges.
You have to interpret it yourself.
Right, well, I basically explain that
Yeah.
as best I can. No. To the best of my knowledge, there are 3 types of religious
Not job, no.
connections to the gods, other than as a lay member. You have your clerics who can directly commune with the gods. Paladins like me can to a lesser degree. I believe your link is more what is known as the zealot, and your link is more through signs, omens, dreams. You have to interpret what you're seeing, or what you're imagining, or what you don't actually get a direct conversation sort of thing.
So they're dropping hints.
Yeah, you get clues rather than direct instructions.
This doesn't sound frustrating at all.
I must say, I find it far easier to just know the words of creation and then just sing them at people.
That's how you use your magic, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, say what you want. Back in the old days when gods used to set people on fire, at least you knew what they wanted.
Mine saved me from a fire, so a bit different, but yep, suppose you've got a point.
Just so we're all aware, the thing that the mediator unleashed into that mine was what's known as a Shambling Mound.
Into the mine.
Into the salt mine. Remember Captain
Stephanos.
Stepharon.
Well, this is what happens when you combine Greek with German.
Yeah. Captain Stepharon said there was something living in the mine and he's sure the mediator released it. Well, he's correct. It's called a Shambling Mound. It's moss that's been struck by lightning, so don't hit it with lightning. And apparently this one is resistant to fire as well. So aren't we lucky?
Very. Sounds fun.
So, like,
The Belgrade at the smithy told us that if we can deal with the swamp monster, the Shambling Mound, and the lizards, he will give us an extra reward as a gratitude on top of what we've already been offered.
Actually, could both of you make a hindsight insight check for me?
there was also the details about what we're looking for in the peat and the actual moss.
50.
Is this advantage or disadvantage?
Same, just standard.
Just what did you roll?
Yeah. It's your insight.
Oh, sorry. Not very good. 7.
You kind of got the impression, talking to Belgrade, that he's very proud of his home. He clearly grew up here, and he cares about where he lives a lot.
Sort of as a gratitude for protecting his home.
The mediator's going to give us 1,000, 1,400.
1,500.
1,500 gold for dealing with it.
So that means just for the swamp monster.
For the Shambling Mound, yes.
Right, so we're getting 2,000 between us for the mound and 1,000 for the lizard men, and if we manage to deal with both, then Belgrade will give us something else on top. He's also told us how to find the bog iron mold. It's in the swamp between here and either of the other places we've got to go.
Basically looking for it, I'll give you 2 advantage for survival or investigation to try and find it.
It's just one particular one is what we find. We need to make sure we put it in a sterilised jar. If it's in peat, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, you just don't want it.
Actually, when we went back to the inn, mentioned the thing about the jar to Quincy. See if he's got some kind of vessel.
I think he did give us some jars, but I don't know if they've been sterilised. Did he?
Fire sterilises, doesn't it?
Actually, that's a good point. She could just light it on fire.
Yeah, he gives you some jars and they are sterile at the moment. If they are not used within 48 hours, you'll need to re-sterilise them yourself.
Well then, gentlemen, it would seem... Oh, and lady, sorry. It would seem that we are kitted up and have all the knowledge we need.
So, well, we've got the jars, so Solar Sabbath first?
Solar Sabbath.
Whatever.
Although the jars, we could go either way. So do we want to fight a mob of lizard men first, or do we want to fight a giant lumbering swamp monster first?
I think we should just get warmed up first of all, you know.
I think the lizard's quite
Uh,
possibly be an easier fight.
let's just get warmed up with them first, and then we'll go and take on big shambling mess.
How many of them are there? You know, one lizard man's not going to be a major problem, but if there's 50 of them, that could be a major problem. Whereas, as far as we know, there's just the one swamp monster in.
Could everyone give me a perception check for me?
15.
Or
None that.
11.
Told you about what the monsters.
Okay.
There were other
As
things in the mine as well, but
as the group is walking, talking, working out where you want to go as you head towards the edge of the city, towards the swamp, MiiBee, could you make me a dex save?
Uh-oh. Potato.
Hang on.
I didn't notice I've got a ring of water walking off.
You do.
Because I just remembered I've got the Bringer Protection, so I get I get the +1 to saving throws as well. So
You do, yes.
just don't have anything else. 11.
11. You feel yourself slam into someone and are about to fall back when a hand catches you on the back. The person in front of you just says, "I'm very sorry, miss." Standing in front of you is a... You've all seen elves before, but I don't... Could everyone just give me an intelligence check really quick?
Jimmy.
Yeah, you've seen him before, but this is different.
Where's my intelligence?
9.
None that 20.
18.
6.
Okay, MiiBee and Freslin, MiiBee and Lenny, you two, if not have seen, have heard of Drow before, so Dark Elves. The man standing for you right now is a Dark Elf. He's got a long bow over his shoulder, and is looking very apologetic about what happened as a few men behind him, with bows and similar armour, is going in the opposite direction. I'm very sorry, you're quite alright.
Fine, thank you.
Very good. Are you heading out into the swamp?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, because I couldn't help notice the bows that you're carrying. Are you sort of like rangers, or gatherers, hunters, or...?
We are scouts for the town guard.
Oh.
So you go out into the swamp to make sure of dangers.
Oh, I just look at the rest of the party and I'm just like,
Well, your Captain Stefanos has asked us to go out and deal with a couple of little problems you've got out in the swamp.
Oh, are you the four going out? My uncle told me about you.
Your uncle.
Yes, Captain Stefano.
Yes. Which way are you heading? Because we're trying to decide which of the two tasks to set ourselves to.
We are currently headed for Odell Outpost. We are making scouts. He said he had hired some mercenaries to take care of it. Is that you?
That'd be us, yeah.
Yes.
Not quite what I would expect from mercenaries, but I'm sure you're all very capable. We're heading out there now to scout the area, see what the forces are like. I know my uncle is preparing the troops to outline the city, outline the village for when you decide to make your move.
Well, should we travel with them?
I think so.
Safety in numbers, and if they're in the area when we attack, a bit of ranged support fire would definitely not go amiss if you'd be willing to.
Oh, we're not going to start the attack now. We're going to check the numbers, count them, return back so we know how many to send to support you when... Sorry, we thought you were doing the attack in a few days. We didn't know you were prepared now.
Oh, so it might actually make more sense for us to go and deal with the Shambling Round and then deal with Odell.
When we come back, we'll have their information so we can plan our action.
We'll know how many.
Okay,
we can get
that's
ourselves
a great
loaded.
idea.
I know other groups in the town are preparing to take Odell Outpost. You, for I understand, will be the vanguard, as it were, but you'll have support from the outside.
That sounds good. Right, well, we'll go deal with the other job,
Fantastic.
and when we come back, we'll catch up with you or your uncle, find out what you found out, and then we can sort of put together a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume you have a name that we could mention to your uncle?
Absolutely. My name is Dorian Stefano. You're probably thinking, how is a dark elf related to a human? Adopted uncle. Adopted father, but I call him uncle.
Oh.
And
I honestly just assumed that.
he goes
half.
to shake both of the gentleman's hands. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of up for you. Actually, he's about the same height as you.
What I want to ask about Dorian is, have you rolled up a charisma stat for him?
He has now.
Half now. Why?
What did you get?
14. Why?
I just sort of think he's kind of dishy.
Roll inside.
Ooh, 15.
Doesn't seem that way.
Oh.
He does go to shake both of the ladies' hands, and each one kisses you on the hand.
Honestly, I've just sort of assumed that you might be a half drow.
No. Oh.
Could you give us directions towards, what is it?
East and then southeast.
Solar Savar.
Zolsavar, never mind then.
That's alright, yes. You got good directions.
Sorry, I've just blanked completely on anything here.
I'm just being in character because I'm just sort of like.
You think he's quite dishy?
I'm just a little bit disappointed, but when he's gone, I'll then open up to the party.
Okay. Well, if you don't have any more questions for him, he says his farewell.
Safe travels.
And to you.
See you later.
That's upon you. Eat well.
One last thing, anything we should watch out for as we're travelling across the swamp?
If you're making your way directly for Solar Savar, then you should be alright. Don't veer too far from the path. The path to Solar Savar, we track it quite regularly, so it's fairly well walked. There are torches that should be lit along the way. Try not to deviate too far. The lanterns that burn a special type of incense that keep beasts in the swamp from coming too close. You wouldn't want to basically walk a few miles out of your way and get ambushed by trolls.
No, that would be...
No, that definitely not the good.
No.
Hang on a minute, didn't we all get little incense,
Sensors, yeah.
Yeah, you all got little sensors.
Actually, so, yes, would these actually do for helping us keep any little extra protection, as it were?
They'll keep the swamp bugs away.
Oh, well, that's handy. At least they're not going to get bitten by anything unpleasant.
Not anything smaller than that.
Okay. Right. So is that the...
That'd be 15, dear, so...
15 copper.
Oh,
What's a copper?
they wear hats, don't they?
They're a policeman.
Is that what these
It's
little
like a
bronze...
local militia.
Is that what these horrible little bronze things cluttering up my coin purse are?
You're really not...
I don't know how much a copper is worth. I've only ever worked in silvers and up.
You've only been watching gold and platinum.
Yes, but I can at least work out a silver must be worth money. You can make jewellery out of it.
Yeah. It's a very weird situation for some members of the party, actually. Because obviously you working in kitchens, you'd be used to people paying in coppers. You understand money. There were travellers who came and paid, and some did have copper pieces on them. Mooly, of course, you were originally employed in one of the cities. Part of your pay would have included coppers. You're used to the common pay, which is mostly silver and copper. This is the kind of money that you've got on you now is the most money you've ever had.
However, for me, this is the least money I've ever had, and I don't really know what all these horrid little bronze things are.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't drink in normal bars or taverns. You'd drink in the more upper class places. I think it's where you'd spend it. You know, the market, buying fruit.
We had a chef who dealt with all the food. But when we get to Etrevi, I will show you Madame Berloin's. You'd love it there. The kitchens are magnificent. It's beautiful there. Our chef is amazing. I can never remember how to pronounce her name properly.
Does the character need help?
No, I've remembered that.
Okay.
It's Miss Arga. She's lovely. And she's got Miss Arga, and she's got a kitchen maid called Drone. She's lovely. I'm just chatting as we walk.
Yes.
I'm just literally, just like,
You're right then, my dear.
my gaydar was not pinging.
I'm sorry, what?
Never, just that Dorian, I could tell that he was not really interested in like menfolk, but
Unsurprising, it's a myth.
yeah, it was such a good group though.
He was rather cute, wasn't he?
Well, he's not interested in sort of my sort of type, so yeah, if anyone else is interested in him, have him.
He might be married.
Could very well be.
Well, when's that ever stopped you?
Saw no ring.
Not that the way I conduct my business should be any of your business, but I don't happen to sleep with married men anymore.
That you know of.
Anyway, shall we just get a move on and just take care of this shambling mess? Besides myself.
Oh yeah, this is in character.
Okay, still checking. Right, do the travel. What is your mark? I mean, this is a fairly open path. It's fairly well walked. There's a road. There are people on the road occasionally. It looks like mostly more of these scouts going out to check into the swamp. You can see people with shovels and wagons who clearly have been moving things back and forth. So it's worked enough that you're not too worried about bandits or anything. What kind of order are you guys walking in?
I guess I'll probably take front because I have a big sword.
I'd like to be towards the middle, if to what that I can buff in either direction.
Okay.
Well, if he's on point, I'll take the ring.
Okay. So the two mages in the middle, warriors at front and back. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, not a problem.
I've got 2 stones loaded with the fork over my shoulder, as always.
Could I get a roll from Lenny and Mooley, please? Perception.
Perception.
We can't see because all the toilet people.
19.
Okay, very nice.
That's why I should be in front of you at the back, because you can see over me.
17.
17. The two of you can see off in the distance, actually both of you roll really, really well actually. You can see off in the distance where the swamp starts to turn a bit more jungle canopy, a bit more forested than the kind of open track that you are, and you see things leaning out, almost looking at the road, almost like they're working out when a good time to come over would be. What did you roll again? It was 18?
17.
17. Both really well. You can see the green skin of a troll kind of looking out. It's not looking like it's going to attack her. There's too many people on the road. There's too much going on. It might be something to keep a memory of on your return journey if you come back at night or a bit less well travelled.
Travels.
Alright, keep an eye out for the red circles.
Oh, yes. Can both of you at this point give me a advantage check on survival or investigation? You're about towards the middle of the swamp now. Solitabar.
0.
Oh, hell yes.
9.
Nat 20.
You find some. You find a good patch of it on top of the more peaty part of the dirt. There's lots of these red circles. Looking at them, they're actually kind of pretty to look at. They're sort of like rose petals, like spreading outwards from a point.
Ooh.
And as you watch them, you kind of see them kind of glint and bubble, and as more of this iron oxide is formed naturally.
They're called moss, yet they're very pretty.
You right there, Lenny?
Aria, Mully, just take a look at this moss. That's really pretty for something called moss. I was expecting something a little bit.
called mould.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the thing we're looking for?
Yeah.
That's the bog iron mould.
That's the stuff.
Well spotted, lad.
Who's got the bottles?
Well, bottles for the liquid. We found the solid, so that'll keep as it is. Just need to bag it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got my explorer's pack, so.
To be honest, putting it in the jars is still probably the best way to carry it. But you don't need to worry too much about like capping it or it being sterilised.
Okay.
It's basically just fill.
Yeah, fill as much as
Fill the
possible
jars as
with
much.
this, and you know to like, take just the surface layer, not like deeper.
Right.
Basically, you don't want to take it from the root because it will regrow the roots itself into the.
Yeah, we just want to skip the top off.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
so we can tick off the
That
list.
crit, Johannes. Roll me a d6.
6.
You managed to fill all 12 jars that Quincy gave you.
Nice.
So you now have 12 jars full of bog iron mold, and when planted back in the town, this stuff will start producing iron at a fairly regular rate.
Nice.
Depends on how much Quincy wants. If we get some of this to our man Belgrade,
You might probably
with
want
his
some.
skill, getting good quality iron, he could really start crafting some.
That's a good idea.
You know Damascus steel, don't you?
Yes.
This is the kind of stuff that can be used to make Damascus steel. That's one of the things that bog iron can be used for.
Shit.
Because basically you skim it, melt it to the point where it's just the iron rust. It's basically just iron
It's iron
filings.
oxide.
Yeah, and then basically just put it in a canister, top canister. You're good.
BRB.
No worries.
Yeah.
We'll continue when you get back. Sure, actually. Right, how's everyone doing?
Doing good?
Fantastic. So, we'll keep going for a bit long. You on this? Just need a roll from Breslin. Perception.
Perception. 13.
You can see some of the scouts further out. Not the same group that you saw before, but clearly the scouts of the guard make up the majority of the guard. Going out, making sure that paths are safe. It looks like
Being in the middle of a swamp, you'd need a lot of scouts.
yeah, and to be honest, you see a few of them where they've kind of like found a patch of trees starting to grow very quickly. I mean, swamps, it's all nutrients, so anything that's going to grow here is going to grow fast and strong. And these guys have already pulled out hand axes and are chopping away at these saplings. Clearly, part of their job is to make sure the forest doesn't grow too much, to basically keep that
Keep
kind
it
of
clear
open.
of the path.
Yeah, which obviously keeps it safer because it reduces the chance of ambush.
Did they point out the trolls to us?
Did you mention the troll to Arya and Breslin? Either
Yes. Well,
Are the scouts close by?
of you? Yes, they are.
Call out to one of them.
Yeah, what's up?
Trolls in that forest, which is not.
Thanks, mate. We're actually heading up there now, so keep an eye out. Right. So,
Wait, there's trolls in the forest.
That's what
They said.
That's what those things are.
yeah, they don't like fire.
this is true, they do not like fire.
If you're feeling so inclined.
Well, we'll just be cautious around that a bit. But anyway,
It
yay!
is quite a way away from the path. It's not like the forest backs onto the path.
So if they do come out, we've got a bit of time if they approach.
Yeah, they'd have to approach really slowly, keeping low to the swamp ground to kind of move stealthily. And most trolls aren't really that intelligent to be able to move with stealth outside of the forest.
And if they move straight at us, they'll be wide open
Oh
for
yeah.
a span of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're quick because they're big, but not. It was probably, I'd say, about 200 to 300 feet away. So outside of anything anyone of you could do damage, but it would take it quite a while to get to you, unless it was going full peg.
Still get a few stones down.
Oh yeah, once it gets a bit closer, yeah.
Whether that would have any effect.
Right then. So, it is around mid-afternoon when you arrive on the outskirts of Solasavar. Do you need to come back in, or can you hear okay? Okay, fantastic. Looking at Solasavar, it's strange, because it's actually down a hill a little bit into a basin within the swamp, but the ground that the actual village was built on is solid. It is stone for the most part, and the runoff water and slime from the swamp kind of goes in these almost man-made rivulets that somehow are still maintained. This place looks abandoned. It looks like it's been abandoned for a long time, not recent.
100 to 200 years old.
Exactly. But these rivulets still exist. In fact, they've only gotten slightly bigger over time, and you can see them go kind of down from where you are around a corner, and you can see where the larger cave is. That is most likely the mine. I mean, the signs are so rotted at this point you can't tell. And within the village, you can see one really big building on the northern edge of the, on the eastern side of the city, on the east side of the village. 3 smaller buildings, one to the right of you, 2 to the left, and there's one almost right in front of you. That's quite a small building.
Before we go any further, I just need a minute.
Is that in-game or?
In-game, yeah.
Alright.
I'm having a pray,
Okay.
asking for guidance to find the book.
Give me a religion.
Be nice, you purple bastard. 17.
There's a grumbling of your stomach, and in the grumbling, you get the feeling that down is the right direction.
Down into the town or down into the mine?
Just down.
Down, like below me.
Like, vertically down right now.
Right. So just getting me bearings from where we are to where the mine entrance is. Like, holding my pendant while I pray. Seems all paths lead into the mine. The mould, the book, and the salt.
You know, we could have just brought something to dig the ground with to make a shortcut to get in. But if there's an entrance,
You've got a pickaxe.
Yeah.
we try.
For preference, I would really rather not fall through the earth into a mine.
Yeah, I think I'm just sort of going to say go that way, but when we're below ground, sort of head back over in this direction if we can. Because I get a feeling it's there.
Yeah. Deep down, I will say, but it's down.
It's funny you mention it, 'cause I had a strange dream about a dwarf and some companions falling through several floors and going through walls to try and get out of this creepy house. It didn't end exactly as well as they expected it to. It was really weird.
Well, please not reference Curse of Strahd.
Was there a giant goblin
It was
with
more.
an Australian accent?
It was more like a couple of shitty ass brats that were like basically leading us into a place which is like death trap.
Sorry, that's referencing a different game that we're playing in currently, where at one point the house started to attack us, so we decided to break our way through the floors to get to the ground floor faster.
Yep.
There's just going to be a big banner at the bottom of the video at this point that just says subscribe to the Diaries of Demented DM, because that's Nick's channel and he's going to upload those videos.
I was referencing the Hobbit.
Enough.
What are you going to do now, wizard?
In a hole in the ground.
Right, so what
I'll
is...
stop the drink cup. I'll do your drinks, because...
So, what would the final do? There is the village in front of you, or this straight into the mine?
It's late afternoon.
Yeah, it's, let's say about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Should we spend the rest of today searching the village and then head into the mine in the morning? Or do we head into the mine now, knowing it's going to be dark in there and it's going to be night time anyway? But do more creatures come out at night? Do we want to find ourselves a safe place, or at least a place we can fall back to if we get separated?
Could I perhaps try survival checks, check for tracks or any evidence of anything? Just get an idea. 15.
You can't see anything for the roots on the floor. That's just it. There's lots of mould and fungus on the floor, or where there isn't, it's stone, so no tracks appear.
I don't think anything's...
And anywhere where tracks might have been, the water and slime from the runoff is washing it away.
I'm not sure if anything would want to show any interest in being here. There's only just moss, a bit of slime. If there's any other creatures, they probably would actually be in the mine itself.
Not in the middle of the table because you guys will need that.
Well,
Not a warning, it's just I know you guys need that more than I do.
Yeah.
and in terms of the fact that it's dark, I don't believe that actually matters too much for myself and Mooley. We can pretty well see in, well, I can see in the dark. You appear to be able to just see everything.
Well, I've got
Bear that in mind.
and I've got the
Oh, I do. I hope you
Liquid
enjoy the
sunshine.
show.
I can see in the dark. I've been eating my carrots.
Have you got dark vision?
I do, 60 foot.
Okay, so it's only President that doesn't. Unfortunately.
Just did the cheek.
I would prefer to try and get these jobs done as quickly as possible, but I do thoroughly understand if you want to see if we can. And what about the big house at the other end of the village? Do you think that could be somewhere safe we could fall to?
That's what I was just thinking. If we find somewhere that looks strong, if we get separated or we need to retreat, having somewhere already scouted out
Yeah.
sounds like a sensible option. A fallback position if needed.
Well, sure. And how big of a house does it look?
It's quite big. It's
Floors?
about 3-4 floors high. Windows on every floor. It's very box shaped. Mooley, could you give me an intelligence check actually?
Oh god. These are not all favouring me. Oh, 14.
You're the only one in the group that would actually know this from view. It's not actually a house, it's an apartment complex, basically.
We may have multiple tenants to negotiate with. Oh, hang on, it's abandoned, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all abandoned.
Alright, okay.
Is there a building that looks solid that's closer to the mine entrance?
The closest to the mine entrance that, as you look, appears to... It looks, from where you're standing, to be an old tavern. Strong stone base that has no mould or rot on it. The rot has started to take in on the outside, closest to the mine, but it looks solid.
This place is haunted, isn't it?
I think perhaps what used to be the tavern. I'm not saying we're going to find anything to eat or drink in there, but it's closer to the mine. So that could be
That does
a
seem...
good fallback position.
Well, shall we check and make sure it's not currently occupied by anything small and nasty, or big and nasty, or medium-sized and even nastier?
Let's.
Just a suggestion, if anyone doesn't want to settle in places in the village, especially if you're a little bit unsure, what about just camping at the mouth of the mine? So we can still keep a lookout and everything, so we could just do shifts.
No, what I was thinking was when we go into the mine, if we get separated or we need to retreat, having somewhere scouted to fall back to. Somewhere we can, as Mooley said, somewhere defensible.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at all the moss.
So, I'll go in first with shield and fork.
Okay.
I've got your back.
The door opens and then falls off its hinges.
Both hinges creaking, you see that?
Oh, yeah, it's very defensible.
It looks like although the wood, which has been treated against the swamp, is solid, the hinges
The
of the
hinges
metal
are
have
wrong.
rusted to fuck. That said, having a quick look inside the tavern that you can now see from the fallen sign, as you wipe some of the muck away, this was once called the Howling Mountain. Looking inside, there's not a lot. Could Freslin and Lenny, you two are the first in, could you give me perception checks?
14.
17.
Both of you see the four figures, humanoid, slumped over the bar, moss and fungus so covering their body, you can't tell what's flesh and what's mushroom anymore. Long dead. Long dead.
Did you watch that, The Girl with All the Gifts? We have dead bodies in here.
Perception smell?
Let's just make sure they're dead.
Go for it.
18.
They're dead. There's not rot, you just get the smell of fungus.
Oh, yeah. It's just fungus now.
That's rotten.
Sweetly
Yeah.
green rotting.
Oh, that's not nice. That is not nice
Yeah,
at all.
Mooly, have you gone into the bar as the boys have gone in?
Yes.
Could you make me a... yeah, this is dead bodies, this is your forte, so medicine at advantage.
So I've just checked my notes.
Yeah?
Giovanni retired here and opened a tavern.
21.
21. These people have been dead
Yeah.
longer than a century. If the fungus or the mold hadn't overtaken their bodies, they would be bleached skeletons by now, but the rot is keeping the fungus is keeping the rot and flesh alive, as only a mushroom can. And yes, you are right there.
So this could be Giovanni's tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Search every nook and cranny, every crevice, every room.
So we just watch President suddenly disappear into a scampering scurry as he snips
No,
through
I'm
holes.
methodically working my way around carefully. If the door's that rotten, the floorboards might be, so...
Give me a perception check. To be honest, the floor is solid. There is a bit of rot here, but it's not gotten below the ground.
11 on perception.
You find nothing but the 4 bodies, save... You manage to find a few casks of ale that are still good. That's about it.
Would you like to have another little look round with a little bit of help, dear?
Well, so if we're going to use this as our fallback position, I think we should all have a good look round.
Okay.
In which case I'm just tap my hand to his shoulder and say, oh, do go on, dear. Enhance ability, wisdom.
Alright, gives you advantage on any wisdom checks, I believe.
Any wisdom checks, and I believe perception was
Perception's
off
on wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah,
Nice.
You can roll again at,
Could
9, 11 still.
could I just murmur a few funeral rites over these bodies?
Absolutely.
And then we'll check the pockets.
What pockets? I think their clothes
They don't have pockets. The pockets are rotted.
Yeah.
The pockets and our
As
mushrooms.
Breslin reaches
Check round the-
to check the pockets anyway, the pockets do fall away in tattered splinters, and out drops a couple of coin purses, and looking through them there is a total of about 180 silver.
So I'll just put that in the group pot for now.
Ew, I am not touching any of those.
You really shouldn't rob the dead.
Got some wine. Got some beer.
Nice. We'll have some of that later.
Maybe find the death.
Not gonna need it.
Life.
Okay.
You can use it to build them a shrine.
So,
Oh,
what
could we check the... I assume there's a kitchen here.
there is.
Can we check and see if they've got any of this salt we're looking for and save us having to go into the bloody mines?
There are bags of what were... I'm not going to make a roll for this, it's fairly obvious. There are bags of what was probably once salt, but again, the mould and fungus has overrun it, making it so liquid. It would be impossible, unless you wanted to give someone
Basically
salt
paste.
mushroom.
Ugh.
We've got to go into the mine anyway to find...
I know, it was just
This
wishful
sounds like,
thinking,
yeah.
I suppose.
I'm really curious. I've got a proficiency in nature, even if it's +1. But can I do a little nature check on what this moss fungus is, the type?
Go for it.
Well, the mushrooms on them.
10.
You've seen mushrooms and fungus before. It grows on the sides of cliffs, and mushrooms grow very well underground.
and we can be eaten.
Yes, this looks like a non-edible variety. That is all.
That sounds like a challenge.
Freslin, don't eat any of those. They're not good.
How do you know to eat them?
Well, you could try. Oh wait, you can try because you're halfling.
Halfling and a paladin.
You could probably take a sample, give it a try, and see if it does anything.
Yes, delicious people mushrooms.
Not just the people.
I'll
okay?
try one, and depending on what it tastes like or if it does anything, I'll grab some for
Oh dear.
Fred. What's his name?
Quincy.
Quincy, that's the one.
I think Mooley's upset.
It's a mushroom!
Give me.
I think she's extremely upset.
And then a wisdom check.
Why did I do this to you? But then again, he gets advantage on wisdom checks.
Well, I've got stout resilience on. Right, so a constitution check first.
Yep.
19.
Mm-hmm. Then wisdom.
Wisdom, am I still rolling at advantage on that?
No, just base.
Okay.
Only with one turn.
19.
Nice.
Roll 17 plus 2, yeah?
No.
Roll 19. I think you get proficiency in wisdom saving throws.
Oh, in wisdom saving throws, yes, I get +2, so that's 11, 21.
Okay, fantastic.
Don't eat the people mushroom.
I want to do that. Is it worth doing that? You know what? It's worth doing that. I'm gonna do something I wanted to do for a while with all the campaigns. Could Jenny, Dudley, and Emma leave the table for just a few minutes?
Well, I'm gonna go through them real quick. Uh-oh.
What have you done to it?
I think it's becoming a clicker from The Last of Us.
I have
I'm
divine.
not going to know when when to come back.
I will message you.
Emma, why don't you just mute us?
Alright?
Yeah.
Your vision fades as you take a bite out of this fungus, and instantly your view becomes fishbowl. But you're not looking at your friends anymore, you're not looking at your group anymore. You are looking at the inside of a cave, at a wall. And as you look around, suddenly your vision becomes multiplied hundreds of times as, you know, like fly vision, where each pocket,
Yeah, you've seen, like.
but each pocket is a different view. There's quite a number that are grey walls, quite a number that are bricks and lining and clear-cut parts of a mine shaft. And then as your vision starts to come back to yourself, it focuses in on quite a few of the ones that are closest towards the middle, and you kind of get the sense that these are the ones that are probably closest to you, and about 8 of the visions are looking at you and your friends right now. Others are looking out of other buildings at the building you are currently looking at.
The building we're currently in.
Yeah. You can see the door hung off the wall, and you get the sense of anger's the wrong word. Anger is too mammalian for this feeling. This is a feeling of encroachment, of having to fight back, of defense. It's very simple feelings, is what you're getting. And
Like territorial protection, sort of.
yeah, and that's, and as you finally phase out, you get you get a single word click into your head: kill. And that's where we'll rejoin the group. Okay. Everyone in the group watched as Freslin's eyes turned milky white for a moment. He kind of just moved in space backwards and forwards. And then as his vision comes back, you may now react.
Run towards the door, shield up, fork out. Stand to!
What?
We're under attack.
What's going on?
As Freslin does something.
Bardic inspiration there very quickly.
Okay. Could
I've
Aria,
organised little dice.
Mooley, and Lenny all make perception disadvantage? Because you guys just think Freslin's gone nuts.
Oh.
8.
7.
11.
You two don't see me. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You do.
I do.
You do. Over the top of Freslin's head and shield, you see from the ground, pulling themselves free, more of those mushroom people, just rising up like zombies, spewing spores from their mouth as they rush Freslin. Can Freslin and Arya roll initiative? Can Mooley and Lenny roll initiative at disadvantage?
Got it. D20s?
Yep.
16.
7.
Hey!
Nat 20.
6.
23 altogether.
Oh.
20.
You plus dex, is it?
Yeah.
20. No, non-nat 20.
None that 20. You roll it straight.
Yeah.
Alright, so you roll the 16.
Yeah, I rolled 16. I forgot to roll the dex bonus.
Yeah.
23 altogether, natural 20 though.
Okay. Mooley, what did you get?
7.
20?
I got a 6. I'm
Wow,
like,
when the sorcerer is going before the barbarian.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Freslin, what is going on? I'm just literally watching and thinking, we've gone batshit crazy.
Are you basically making a blockade at the door, basically with your shield?
Yeah, I'm sort of
Your
looking.
shield would cover the door.
And if I've got time before they get within strike range, the stones that are in are getting launched.
I'll let you make first attack then, before initiative actually starts.
Freslin, what are you doing?
You'll see in a minute.
Alright, wait, what? You're in us too?
Horrible thing.
Nat 20
20.
plus 6.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay, there is...
You got Bardic Inspiration, you can add it to anything you want.
I don't think I'm going to add it to the attack roll, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
I think I'll save for the and I've got
so
2 stones in.
you got 2 stones in.
Normal stones,
Are
not the metal ones.
Okay, so normal stones.
Using the stones
So,
one first.
both of those ping in. Hit 2 targets. They're close enough that you kind of get 2 between the eyes, either side. So I will allow you to roll the crit damage on the first one, base damage on the second. So, what is the damage on the sling?
D4 plus 4.
D4 plus 4, so you're rolling, so D4, double the number, add 4.
And I'm going to use the Bardic on that one as well.
So that, yeah, that's the crit.
Yeah, on the crit.
Okay, so one of them's just going to do D4 plus 4, the other will do D4 plus D6, double that number.
Double both.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because you're going to kill one with a pebble.
3 on the dice, 6, 10.
10. The one that you smacked first that had the real power behind it, the pebble shoots through the back of its head. You can see the mushroom try to knit back together, but it slumps to the floor. It was already dead, but it's more dead.
Nice.
It's now very dead.
Yeah.
And the other one, 3, 7.
Same thing with the one directly next to it. These ones that you just attacked.
The one that I didn't get the crit or the extra damage actually did the same fucking damage.
Happens. But both of them just kind of ping them between the eyes, and both of them just go. There's no real noise. It's almost worse. All right, Arya,
There's more out there? How many?
make a perception check.
For his sake.
Yeah, basically I'm blocking the door with the shield. And I'm
Well, that's a nat
using the
1.
fork
So
over it. Oh, boom.
I know there's something out there then.
From where you're viewing, looking like that, at least 10.
At least 10.
Not including the 2 you just dropped.
Okay, well, whichever one's nearest, I am going to point and say, my goodness, you're not even worth making soup out of. Vicious mockery.
Okay.
Ooh.
There's no point in doing that. D4 plus 1 damage.
That's cacked. That's 4.
You see this orb of. You see around its head this kind of phasing of psychic damage, and the head just kind of falls in on itself
Ooh.
and crumples to the floor.
Ah!
It's like a mushroom get pulled apart and then just all the fluff come out.
Ooh.
Oh god, this is. I have to tell you, Cal, I think I've got a little bit of a phobia of mushrooms, and I know that's a very weird one, and this is definitely
No,
activating.
their undersides are creepy.
Yeah, they're horrible, aren't they? They look too organic.
So that's kind of why The Last of Us creeps me out when I
They're
catch them in
mold.
nightmares about the clickers.
They're engusted.
What's your armor class?
21.
Okay, so the 4 that kind of got closest all kind of batter on your shield. None of them get. There's like no strength behind this. It's more just force of mass. That's about it. That said, the next group. These two are slinging behind little short swords just like across the floor, and they kind of go, "Ugh." Still doesn't get through your shield, but there's now 6 currently battering at your shield. It is your turn.
God.
Right one.
Would that be a tad excessive? Probably would. I'll save it. I was just thinking, use me +2 armor. Give me an armor class 23.
They're not very. There's just a lot of them.
So
Horde fight.
+5. 7.
Plus.
That includes the plus.
Oh, does that include the plus?
Yeah, I rolled 2.
Ow. You kind of go to jab, and you go for what looks like its head, but it's actually its mushroom as it kind of just peels off.
Ugh. There
Alright.
are windows on this ground floor, aren't there?
There are, yes.
Okay, right.
That's that and that. Yeah, these ones. Right. We'll be able to get through this done. They're very, very slow. Okay. The point where Mooley and Lenny become aware of what's going on is the point where a mass of smashing glass from like around the building happens as a number of these things smash into the windows, attempting to crawl in. They're, again, very slow, very lumbering, horrible things. Mushroom zombies.
We're defending the pub.
Yeah.
Have them sanctified for all of 5 minutes, and then someone had to suggest eating them.
Well, that's how I knew they were coming. They're vision mushrooms. I'm grabbing loads of them.
At the same time, from the other side, again, the windows on the other side all burst open, just as more try to come in. These ones coming in from the right-hand side, from the front door, looking out, the right side there, the side closest to the mine. All of these kind of are trying to claw their way in, not with claws, with pickaxes.
I just want it noted, I mentioned about the windows more for our benefit than for his, and I'm very sorry.
No, I've already had this plan.
Oh, okay.
The second you guys said you were hanging out in there, and then the second you said you didn't eat them. I have many things planned for this. Weirdly, I actually had it planned that someone was going to eat a mushroom. I just didn't expect that one to happen.
Breslin,
Oh, no.
he eats everything.
Yeah,
Who's
it tasted quite nice, I will say that.
who's going?
I'm
it
gathering
is.
loads of them when we're done.
It is Mooley's turn.
Firebolt.
5 bolts. Bang. Go for it. Which side, left or right? Or out the front door?
Left.
Left.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm assuming it makes no odds at the moment.
They're all quite far away. I'll take them whilst I get here.
Just
Okay,
if you go for the
hang on
front
one
door and hi.
Please.
Oh, the app wants to
I've got
crash.
my one hair from back.
Right, it's a roll of d20 to hit, isn't it?
It's D20 plus your spell modifier. What's your charisma?
Hang on. Charisma is 18.
Okay, so for you, you'll be rolling D20 plus 6.
Nice.
24.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Just
And my the applies to have crashed, which is very helpful, but it's a D10.
yeah.
That one. Yes. 4.
4. You shoot the firebolt in one direction, and you see the fireball hit one of the ones just as it was crawling in, and it just kind of splatters across the face and just crumples in on itself.
Lovely.
They can't take a hit for shit.
Oh, but there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
There is. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Lenny, you're up.
Rage.
Rage, fucking rage! Alright, you don't get any bonus actions for raging. Bonus action is to rage. Okay, you've got a load on the right that are clawing their way in with these pickaxes. Or you've got the ones on the left who are unarmed and they're just kind of pulling themselves in.
You know the pickaxe ones?
Yeah.
Can I do the same reckless attack, but try to get 2 of them with the arcing sweep? If I can't, I'll go for one.
They're not enough in. They're not like close enough in. They're only just starting to crawl their way in. They're not like actually in there. So even if you did that, you'd probably just slam your sword into the wall.
If that's the case, I'm tempted to charge myself and the sword through the wall.
Fucking do it.
I'm gonna charge through the wall.
Give me a strength check at advantage when rage.
A hole in the wall.
I've got a
Pending distance.
+4 to my strength as well, so 21.
21. The walls on that side are the most rotted, and as you slam into it, bang! What shrapnel damage?
The roof flies off.
The crash. Oh
The wall
yeah!
falls down, the roof caves in, we all die.
You slam into the wall with absolute force. You get a bonus 2 damage on the radiant damage. I'll give it to this because it's running in the sword. Add d6.
D6.
Yeah.
2.
Okay. As you slam into the wall, you splinter out. You are fine, surprisingly. But the wall is just, there's a Lenny-shaped hole in the wall, and 3 of these mushroom monsters dead on the floor. Combination of wood splinters, battery,
Masonry.
and fine masonry, and fucking scorch marks from the radiant damage that shot out of you.
Was that a supporting wall?
It was not.
It isn't now.
Definitely not now. Yeah. I have the hit points on the building, so I am ready for this if this happens. Aria, it is your turn.
Right. Just having a quick glance and assess around the room. It seems like Lenny is having just the best time over there.
He's gone outside.
Yeah, Lenny's having a very nice time playing with his new friend. It seems like Freslin's actually kind of handling this. So I think I might. Actually, I might be best holding my ground next behind Freslin and shooting over at the ones crawling through the windows near Mooley.
With a hand crossbow, yeah?
My hand crossbow, yes.
Okay, make your shot. There's so many of them.
That's a 15 plus 7, so maths.
22, that hits.
Yeah, and it's a D6 plus D6 piercing plus 3, so well, that's good because it was a 4.
The bulk goes in at about chest height on what looks like it may have once been a middle-aged human woman, and just the mushroom then grows over the arrow and it just...
Bollocks, that did absolutely jack shit.
Oh, it did a lot. It's now more mushroom than person, but it's still a lot.
I'm not convinced that that's a good thing.
That's not better.
Yes.
More mushroom means it moves slower. Mushrooms don't move much.
And then as my oh no, I don't need to because I'm not.
They do move though, and that is creepy, by the way.
Oh, actually, could I then use my bonus action to dash over to those windows?
You haven't used your movement yet.
Oh, I don't need to then. So can I move over to those windows?
Yes. You haven't used a bonus action yet. So
Okay.
you use your action and your movement, you still have a bonus action.
What can I do in a bonus action?
You can
Alright.
use Bardic Inspiration, you can use Healing Word if you have any bonus action spells. Or you could dash.
I don't need to dash. Do I need to dash in order to get over to those windows?
No.
Okay, I'm going to get over to one of the windows on Mooley's side, and then as a bonus, I'm going to give a Bardic Inspiration to Mooley.
Okay, Wooly has Bardic Inspiration. You are now quite close to the window.
And also, I know I'd have to take an action to reload the.
No, it doesn't take an action as long as you're only one-handed.
But the thing is, I'm just putting it away now to pull out my vicious rapier, and basically, I'm going to be sat here jamming it through the window at them.
Goes to me. Okay then. We have the ones all on Freslin at the moment.
It honestly seems like Lenny's having a really good day. So.
I'm having the time of my life.
Oh god, you're just lifting.
And I just smashed through a
That's
fucking wall.
crit fail. Oh, that one just smacked and killed its friend.
Oh, what?
Yeah, one of them kind of. All of them missed, but one of them rolled a crit 1. So as it kind of turns round to kind of smack over the top of the shield is where it attempts, you kind of bring the shield up a bit more and you make it smack its mate in the head, popping the head.
Me next, isn't it?
No, there are. Yeah, there's 2 sets that I'm rolling for. That was 1 set.
Right, okay, sorry, I thought I went after Mario.
You do, Carno. What was your armor class again?
21.
One of them swing. The 2 with the short swords manage to swing. One of them just clatters off your shield. Just. The other one, meanwhile, manages to go and just stab you in the top of the head. Take 7 damage. Well, max.
Whoa.
Right, now it's your turn. There are a number kind of pressing in on you. Could you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
13.
Just pass. Basically, they're just kind of, they're so pressing on you.
Weight of force, they're trying to push me back.
Yeah, at this point. Okay, what are you doing?
Jump, poke step.
Jump up, go for it.
That's 15.
Yeah, that hits. Are you going for one with a short sword or one with a Durand?
Short sword.
Short sword.
The one that hit me.
Yeah.
And 8 damage.
You get the stab in and you just kind of twist and pull away, and you just see the kind of. If it had blood, it would be pouring blood right now, but right now it's just kind of. You've pulled away the outer stomach, you can see the ribs and the spine of what's left as it just kind of fluffs onto the floor. It's still up, but it's really badly wounded.
So not enough for me to get any temporary points out of it yet.
Not yet, no. Okay, we have the left wall that Arya is currently dealing with. Are there any that are currently in range with Arya? 3 of them. Arya, what is your armor class?
You can see it will be on my character.
15. One of them managed to reaches in.
I've just put you in the wrong glasses, sorry, boys.
Yeah.
It's the same drink, isn't it?
Exactly.
One of them managed to reaches over and scratch you for 4 damage, while another one kind of reaches over again with both hands and kind of scratches sort of your upper torso around your collarbone area, both of which one do. So you take a total of 8 damage.
Ooh.
One of those was a crit hit.
Oh, fuck. Bloody shrooms.
Let's mark which ones. Attacking who? Okay, these are all on Lenny.
Uh-oh.
Cool. There's actually too many of them to actually all get an attack on Lenny, so that's good to know.
So Lenny's raging. Lenny's having a really good day.
I'm in a fungal mosh pit.
So these 3 that just attacked you are kind of trying to crawl in closer. You kind of move back after the scratches. As you see more of them kind of crawling in. Lenny. What's your armor class again while raging?
20.
20. one of them managed to bring its pickaxe in and slam it into you. As a goal, while raging, you are resistant to piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
You take 3 damage after resistance. So the jab, the pickaxe kind of comes in, and it comes in hard, but you're able to just kind of like, just get your shoulder out of the way so it kind of just grazes for the most part. MiiBee, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at the, to try and take out, it was 3 that were on Aria, wasn't it?
Yes.
So 1 for each one.
Bang, bang, bang. Go for it. So that is a level 1 spell slot.
So, yeah. There.
So if you're hitting 1 each, just roll 1d4 plus 1, and that's the damage each one will take.
I need some Mass Effect spells.
So, okay, so to hit, I've got 17. Have I still got Bardic Inspiration? Wait.
Yes, and I would apply that for each one because Magic Missile is a fantastic spell for just dealing with shit. You don't need to roll and hit with Magic Missile.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
It's an auto hit spell.
Okay, cool.
So d4 plus d6 plus 1.
9.
9. So what did you get on the 4? What did you get on the d4?
2.
2. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. So each one. Oh, I like that as a somatic. Did you see her?
No.
Just do it again.
1, 2. So 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
I like that. Now that is style. Yeah, just Aria, as you've got these 3 kind of crawling towards you, you see these magic darts go just pierce them to the wall as they just slide down.
I'm just slamming my hand over my mouth and nose in case they drop spores everywhere.
Absolutely fine.
And shout over, thank you!
Okay. We come back to Aria. That did not count as your reaction, to be fair, that's just an automatic.
I was going to say, right, is there anything near me?
Give me a perception check, I can tell you how many are near you.
Well, that's not going to have done it. I rolled an 8 plus 5.
That's 13.
Oh, is that enough?
Fantastic.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be
Most
enough.
DC challenges are like 11.
Oh, didn't realise.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like the slate. The 10 who were crawling through the windows are now all inside.
Okay, everything's inside now.
Well, the 10 on your side.
Fantastic, and I have no AoE spells. Right, what is the best? I'm probably better just going with my rapier, to be honest. Is there any near enough to hit with my rapier?
All 10 of them. You could easily get the distance in, go stab, and then actually back up.
I was going to say I'd like to stab one, then.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay.
Let's not roll you because you're shit. Well, that's even shittier.
What's it?
4 plus 7.
11.
Oh, okay.
They're not wearing armour, they're humanoid, they're slow moving, they're quite lumbering. So roll to hit.
D8 plus 3, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7.
You go in and it's a bit off shy, it's going to stab it through the shoulder, but that's kind of enough as it kind of just crumples under its own weight.
Okay.
Just kind of slurping around your sword.
Ugh.
Do you want to move back? You've only used about 5 feet of your distance. You could move closer to MiiBee.
Yeah, I think I'd like to back up towards MiiBee.
Yeah, basically what you're doing is you're making a move, attack, and then move back.
Oh,
Bit of a
doing-
rapier fighter.
Yeah, okay, I'm fencing.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to do your bonus action?
To be honest, I think I'm saving my healing words.
You don't have many uses, yeah.
I've only got 4 uses of it. I mean, it is a bonus, but I mean, no one's hurt that badly, even me. Right? Is anyone hurt that badly?
It's just you and Freslin at the moment. Oh, and Lenny.
I've only taken a very small hit.
They don't do a lot of damage, it's just sheer numbers. I like numbers.
The thing I can do as a bonus action would kill any of them.
No, but that's the point of bonus actions. Your main action should be an attack, your bonus action is something bonus. Okay, that was Aria. So it's now the 1, 2, 3 without weapons on Freslin. All miss. And then the 2, oh sorry, yeah, 2 with swords. What's your armor class again?
21.
Both of them managed to get their swords over and go The one that hit you last time does 6 damage, and the other one does 3. So a total of 9 damage. Both swords kind of come over and stab you in each of the shoulders. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Don't roll one.
You don't roll ones?
Oh, do it again.
So close.
He rolled a 1 and it landed on a 1, then flipped to 13.
So that's 16.
16. It's like, but you kind of push back, you are locked in, you are not letting them in. Okay, your turn.
That was a little bit bumhole clenched. Tom.
Sorry,
Well, that'll be the second time I'll have done that.
really sorry to be a dick, but Aria, Mully's had their go, right?
Yeah.
I was after Mully.
Oh shit, that's right, sorry.
I was the last one in initiative.
Yes, you were.
Right.
I'm
So-
really sorry.
I'll do you
Skip
first. Yeah, that's
No,
me.
no, no, don't you be sorry.
That's completely on me. I'm really sorry. Okay.
You're right.
You. Does he have? No, you don't have inspiration at the moment. You used that last time, so.
No,
No, that wasn't to me.
Yeah.
I gave inspiration to Mooley last time and she's used it, so
That's it. So go
no
ahead.
one has
Make your.
inspiration at the
You're
minute.
now outside.
You're outside. There are 5 of these. They look like miners. It looks like that's what they probably were in life. That's why they've got these pickaxes.
Are they quite close together?
They are surrounding you. They are on you.
Good.
And there's like 5 more behind you.
Good. I know I'm in rage.
Yeah.
However, I've got a torch. I've got a firelighter.
Mhm.
I'm gonna fucking throw it on them.
Burn them.
Torch, firelighter. How are you going to increase the ignition?
What do you mean by
Do
increasing?
you have any oil?
But I've got a firelighter and a torch, so normally
Yeah,
that
we
would.
just go shh.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted to go like oil bomb.
Oh no, I can't do that. I'm afraid I've got no oil.
That's fair enough. Okay. So torch. Yeah, go for it.
Light
roll
the
your-
torch and swat him.
Can I make it a reckless attack as well for?
Fucking yes, do it. Your attack. Basically, you just shouldered your sword and have just gone torch, 2 hands.
That would be a straightforward roll. There's no
It
pluses.
is the same modifier as your as if you were using a weapon, because it's a strength-based weapon. It's basically a club.
It's a +6.
Yeah.
Nat 20. On the purple dice.
I'm not gonna make you roll damage for it. That was fantastic. Well done. You kind of sweep the torch across, and the 5 closest to you all just burst in flames. I can make you roll. To be honest, I'd normally make you roll damage, but they're weak to fire.
And radiant damage.
Exactly, that's the thing. You're getting fire and rage. Fuck it, roll 2d6 and double the number, and then double the number again.
Double it. Fucking hell, so
Quadruple.
Times 4.
this times 4. 10 times
40.
40. Fuck.
Fuckers only have 10 hit points.
Kaboom!
Bang,
So
bang,
you've
bang,
killed
bang,
them 5, 4 times each.
Yeah, basically go, and just their clothes and just the mushrooms, you just see it incinerate. It's the one time you hear any real noise besides like groans and gaseous
Oh.
emissions, and it's just
Oh. Oh.
right.
Do we
Now.
all see that they're clearly vulnerable to fire from that?
Roll
No, because it's
perception.
outside.
I
Aria
refuse to
and
roll
Mooley,
perception
I
because
wouldn't see.
I set one on fire and it didn't.
I just thought I saw her set one on fire.
Actually, yeah. So you 3 all now know that they are weak to fire.
Right.
Right.
Sorry, no.
That was
spreadsheets,
Lenny.
But
Now it's you.
Right, should I use the roll I made?
Keep that.
Okay, I rolled 11, so that's
That was your
16.
2 hit. This is against the sword user again.
Yeah, the one that I've already hit.
Yeah.
8.
Stabbing him kind of higher than you did before, so you took out his gut before, you've gone for the chest, and you just, the whole body just crumples in on itself. It no longer even looks humanoid as it crumples in, as the moss covers it rapidly. You killed it, you get your, I believe it's 5 temporary hit points? Yeah, it's your constitution plus your proficiency.
God, I hate mushrooms.
Right. Okay, we have the ones. So you darted back to where Mooley is, yeah?
Yeah. There's more there now.
There's about 10 of them.
There's 10.
Sorry, 9 of them. currently.
None of them.
After that one that you just took out.
Isn't it? Is it my
Oh,
turn?
it's them still. It's still
Oh,
it's
it's
their
them,
turn
right.
at the moment.
Right.
Yep. Thought so. Yeah, the 10 kind of shamble towards you, but none of them are able to get in range with you or MiiBee, because you're kind of a bit ahead of MiiBee. MiiBee's like 5-10 feet behind you, you're there, and then they're about 5 feet ahead of you.
Right.
They're not in range. They can't make an attack.
You can strike them with your weapon, but they're just outside our hands reach.
Let's make con checks, because they are on fire. Okay.
Some of them are on fire, the ones in
Well,
front of us.
no, not these ones. These
Okay.
are now the ones on Lenny. The 5 who are kind of pressing at the ones in front all kind of scramble over. All of them make their attack, but 2 of them will be incinerated after their attack. So 5 are about to make attacks,
Okay.
but 2 will be dead straight after. Basically, they're going over.
They're attacking you through the fire.
Yeah, exactly. But they're actually standing on what is effectively their dead friends. Well, friends, the mushrooms. Nope.
Well, they are fungi.
True. So 2 of the ones that go to attack, they're already incinerated before the axes land and just it crumbles. Dead. 2 more stand in front of you, both of which manage to land their hits.
Okay.
So the first one gets a solid hit in for 5 damage after resistance. Should have done 10, but you're in rage at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
You'll be out of rage fairly soon, but... And the other one does, again, 5 damage after rage. That was actually a crit hit.
That's good.
But resistance, it's fun.
So,
Now,
so,
just a quick question.
Yeah.
If I use transmuted spell, for example, to change the spell's element, would the side effect of the spell's previous element carry over? Like, for example, if I change the frost spell to a fire spell, would it still have the slow effect?
Well, basically,
Ooh.
the entire spell stays the same except for the elemental damage.
nice.
Hold that thought, because I've just had something that could work here.
Yeah.
I was wondering something similar myself.
Alright.
Can you do that on a magic missile?
Yeah, you can, because magic missile does force damage. You can transmute it to a different type of damage.
Have you got...
Fire missile!
You've got cantrips that you can make on fire, right?
I've got Fireball, but I've also got Ray of Frost and Chill Touch, which if I can change to fire and keep their side effects.
I've just had a thought, because I've got a very ready source of infinite alcohol.
Oh shit.
It's fucking triple overproof.
Oh.
That's
I
that
don't
in the
know
face,
what
isn't
I
it?
don't know what it is at the moment, but if my favourite drink happens to be, let's say, vodka,
I will let you know right now. I know what's in there.
what's in it? Okay.
If you pour it with no intended drinker, it is pure ethanol.
Excellent,
That
right.
is actually on the item description.
Oh shit.
Right, I believe it is... Who goes
It's
first?
your turn.
Do we
Mooley,
have a strategy? I think we have a strategy.
Mooley, I would suggest that in a moment you cast fire at the floor, and don't worry about me. As you know, we're quite resistant to fire. I'm going to run at the 10, pouring alcohol across the ground at their feet.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Splashing it on them or on their feet or at their feet if I can.
Give
Basically
me
upend the flasks I'm running past or at them.
an athletics or acrobatics check. You will take a couple of attacks opportunity, doesn't necessarily matter.
So acrobatics or athletics, he said.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take acrobatics because that's better. That's good because that's... Wait, is that a 4? No, that's a 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
Nice.
14. Yeah, you can manage this no problem. About 4 of them are going to make attacks of opportunity against you. You're on class 15, correct?
It is. I just have a quick query as well. No, I couldn't use that for that. Never mind. I will be then presumably in range of them because.
No, you can dash around and then get back. There's enough range you can actually get back behind MiiBee.
Is there? Oh, brilliant.
Oh yeah, there's not much. There's only about 5 feet between you and them. Basically, what you're doing is making a move forward, splash on the floor, and then it's as you dart back to get some distance. You could dash back 25 feet if you wanted.
Well, what if I stop next to them and then use my disengage instead? That way, surely that would negate one of the.
It wouldn't hit all of them.
I'm going to use my bonus tumbling full then, to mean I can use to disengage to not take the attack of opportunity.
And you can use tumbling full disengage as a bonus action because
I can, it
you
says
are
right
under
there.
satire. Okay, yeah, that all fucking works.
Wow.
Oh, I love it when shit like this happens.
Boom, boom! I scream as I run past, trailing alcohol.
You go, girl!
Yeah.
A few turns first, but yes.
Slam the lid back on it and then just.
Hot stuff, baby, this evening. For some hot stuff.
Or is it Disco Inferno?
I am the god of hellfire and I bring you fire.
One on Breslin, one of the unarmed ones lunges over and kind of scratches across the top of the head. Does 1 damage.
It just shaves a little teeny little bit
It
of...
took my one hair!
You fucking bastard!
The only thing in my body that was burned, there was one hair there! I was going to grow it 12 foot long and wrap it around my head!
Is your arm class 21?
It is.
Yeah, the one with the sword kind of just clatters against. Basically, it's more just kind of going against your shield.
Grab all 10 of the bully!
My shield's 3 foot round and I'm 3 foot 2. So
Yeah.
if I'm holding it off the ground, it's like, yes.
It's your turn.
The one with the sword
Yep.
is getting stabooed.
Yep.
Jack the Hawk.
Cock.
9, 14.
Alright.
Is that a hit?
That's a hit.
6 damage. Hold on.
Whoa.
Oh
Basically,
no! Hold
the
on.
fork goes up, the throat section just falls, peels out. You can see.
Oh, come back to me.
You can see the spinal column at the back of the head. It kind of lolls backwards, but it's still coming. You get the idea. It's looking with what was their human eyes. It's still up.
Can I try and launch this one? If I'm still impaled, just sort of. Oink it.
No, basically, as it kind of the skin just kind of tore away.
Right.
It's barely connected anymore.
Didn't dig in.
You did. It did dig in quite well, but as it came out, it just pulled the flesh away.
Just ripped it away.
Yeah.
Just trying to do what I did for that saga.
Yeah. Which was a good plan. The problem with these things, there's not enough mass to them.
They're flimsy.
Yeah, exactly. So flimsy you can't get a grip.
They're made of fibre.
Right. Next set. So there's the 4 that attempted to attack you. Let's have them technically. So I'll give you those. 3 of them actually. 3 crit fails. Well done. Well done, my minions. Okay, they slip back, fucking stupid comedy style, and slam into their allies behind them, basically halving all their speed at that point. But distance, splashing the alcohol further on. One of them does lunge forward and makes an attack at MiiBee. Attacks at MiiBee run at disadvantage due to your cloak.
Yeah.
Burn them!
Don't forget, I have a +1 to my armor class because of my ring of protection, so I've got 13.
13 armor class. That's a cat dice, and be thankful it's a cat dice because it's a 20.
Whoa.
Miss. Both miss. Just, it kind of goes in to try and get you, but it kind of goes for like 6 inches to the side of you where it thinks you are. Right. 3 currently on Lenny. You are out of rage at the moment.
Thing I like about the dead, they're god awful depth perception.
All 3 miss. Yeah, you're just kind of
You're having a good day.
Nah, you're.
I'm doing the peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
Come on, you're big gay Lenny, the big gay orc. You're doing jazz hands.
I'm literally doing the gayest dance imaginable.
Okay.
High kicks as you do.
Mully, your turn. So there is one in front of you in combat range, and then there's like 9 behind it, all now covered in pure ethanol.
All of them are covered in alcohol.
I think you know what I'm gonna do.
Ray of Frost, but turn it into Ray of Fire. Yeah?
Trying tonight.
I was just gonna do a straight up firebolt because
Hey, that works.
That way it's
So-
a cantrip as well.
I don't have to waste a sorcery point.
True, so you've got the one in front of you. I assume you're basically doing a speedball basically behind it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
Make
Yeah.
it epic so it hears the noise first, then sees its friends.
It
So
will
roll.
get an attack opportunity against you unless you want to turn this into a quicken spell to try and basically do 2 spells at once, effectively. It's up to you.
If you're badly hurt, I can heal you next turn.
True. Although I don't know. I haven't used a movement action yet. Can't I just?
You can, but you can't disengage as a bonus action. So you would have to quicken your firebolt spell to a bonus action and disengage that way, or basically move back and take the attack opportunity.
Okay, right. I'll just do a straight up firebolt and take the hit.
No problem then. Okay.
Okay, right. Okay,
We'll
so
roll at disadvantage.
nat 20
Whey! Destroy
and
it!
to hit it is
D10 quadruple.
Oh!
And I'm going to say it hits all 8, but the other 7 behind it all take half that damage. So it's
Shit!
not a great burner, but the fucking damage on this thing.
36.
Oh!
They are all dead!
Wow!
Yeah.
How's this for infernal?
Oh, done.
High five me.
The one in
That's
front
a
of you
pretty
though,
much getter.
the one in front of you though, which you just did a kind of speedball behind it, it has done a lash out and grab at you, and it has hit. It does 3 damage.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
How badly hurt are you?
24 out of 27. I'm okay at the minute.
That's the first hit you've taken.
Oh, you're fine then. We'll have a short rest or something, and I'll do a song of healing.
How's that for infernal?
Annie, you have 3 miners in front of you. You are out of range.
It's tricky. I'm just thinking, because we're doing this first and then we're actually going to have a rest before we go into the mine, aren't we?
I think we are now, yeah.
Right, fuck it, rage
You
again.
could take a fucking long rest.
Rage,
after
rage,
this.
fucking rage, rage!
Okay, you're raging again. There's 3 in front of you.
Is my torch still lit?
No. That swing you did, you kind of lost a lot of momentum. You swung it too fast to put it out.
I still have enough.
I'm just going to nip to the toilet quick.
That's absolutely fine.
I still have 4 torches left.
Go for it.
So use the burning ones to light the torch, so if you want to use your fingers.
They are all making attack opportunity against you for doing this though, because they've kind of seen you do it and they learn it. Their ability to learn to an extent.
I am in full barbarian mode now. I'm raging and I'm going for a reckless. Plus 6.
Cool.
17, 23.
23, that hits, so 2d6, 1d6 is fire, 1d6 is radiant. I assume the red is fire, the white is radiant?
Oh yes.
Okay, so only double the red.
Yep, so that'll be 10,
14.
18, yeah, 14.
8 fire.
Yeah, just across them. So the fire damage does quite a lot initially, but they're still up on the flame. But then the radiant light kind of goes off and just kind of incinerates what's left.
I'm doing a Lady Maria thing where it's kind of like blood and what's the other element that she used? Blood and fire, but I'm using like fire and radiant.
Yeah. That is all of the ones with pickaxes dead now. Arya, your turn. So there is one on Mully, which is the only one left of the ones that actually got in.
God,
And then you've got Freslin holding a bulwark against the ones trying to get in.
Good all.
I think I am going to Oh, I feel like Mooley can probably handle this one.
Okay.
So I am going to dart over to Freslin and I am going to shoot my crossbow over his head at the nearest one.
Yeah, so I assume you basically draw it and shoot.
Yeah.
Come up behind and just
Yeah.
fire over the top.
I'm sorry, there's only one on you, so I feel like you can handle that, whereas Freslin's holding a bulwark. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, and fire over his head. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Emphasis on the over, not through.
Yes, so roll to hit.
Don't shoot me in the back of the head.
20.
Were
Not
you
that.
aiming at the one with the short sword or one of the ones without?
I will go for the one with the short sword because that one looks the most threatening.
Okay, roll for damage.
Right, that was my phosphorus. That's the D6. It's cacked. I wish I'd used the cacked one. 4.
The bolt goes in kind of in the same spot that Freslin kind of hit, and it's now got this arrow sticking out of its neck stump. It's still up, but it looks like it's been fucking brutalised.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It has been brutalised. I shot it through the neck, and then you shot it through the neck.
On Freslin, more than 4 damage. Should we say what takes it to kill these things more than 4 damage? Speaking of which, you take 4 damage. As one of the ones kind of goes over and bops you in the head.
Bink.
And on the short sword. Oh, this is 21?
Mm-hmm.
That just nicks you. How are you doing on hit points?
Back into my real ones.
You take 3 damage. Okay.
The one with the sword's getting shanked again.
Do it.
Oh, that'll.
20, none that.
That hits.
Nice.
Go on, just finish this thing. You've been doing shit damage to it this whole time.
Fucking 9.
There we
Fucking
go.
finally, dead.
And I get you 5 temp hitbox points.
Yep. Okay, so those are dead. So, as are those. Yep. So,
Someone's car alarm's going off.
yeah.
They're just so
They're dead.
irritating. What is?
They're dead. Dead. Yep, those two are both. Oh, not close.
So,
They're just working out which are. Oh, it's the one actually still on Mooley, so it goes to attack Mooley again. It did land a hit on you, so it's rolling straight, not at disadvantage. That's a hit. 24 if you want to know.
What, as in 24?
No,
it
It rolled a 24 to hit.
Okay, that's fine, because that's my entire hit.
God, that'd be really specific.
That was the one that went Super Saiyan.
It kind of punches you in the face for 2 damage.
How dare it.
What a fucking
Speaking of, it is now Mooley's turn.
Revenge.
Right. Could you just give me a quick layout of the battlefield now, since
Okay, so there is one currently attacking you.
yeah.
Lenny is free of combat. And Arya and Freslin are currently... Arya's kind of shooting over Freslin's head at the enemies coming in. There aren't as many of them, but you are currently in melee combat.
They ain't coming in.
No.
Oh,
Okay. In melee, hang on. Do I remember you saying something like about me getting some kind of advantage in melee with my spells? I don't have to roll, or I can't remember.
If you are using a ranged anything in melee combat, you roll at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Okay. But that doesn't matter if I use magic missile and transmute it to a fire type, does it?
It does not.
Okay.
I
so
guess the question I have to ask there, because obviously Magic Missile is a multi-hitter, it can hit up to 3 targets. Are you doing just one at yours and like 2 elsewhere, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna 2 at mine, 1 elsewhere.
Okay, so you've got. There are 3 unarmed currently battering at Breslin's shield.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. See, I don't want to overroll on the first one and take that one out and then waste the.
You've got to make a decision. That's.
I know.
Yeah.
Make sure the one you've got, because these buggers ain't getting near it. Well, they've done a bit of damage, but I'm holding.
Okay, right. I'm gonna right 2 at mine and 1 at one of Freslin's.
Okay, give me a d4 plus 1 roll, just the 1 roll, and what did you roll and double it?
1, literally just enough. 4.
So
I rolled 1 plus 1 times 2.
2. Okay.
So 4 total.
Okay, so the 2 that go into the one in front of you kind of go in at both points of the chest. You see the darting, piercing damage go in, and then just the fire just cover the chest and incinerate it from the torso down. That one's gone. The other one you kind of direct in the other direction toward over. It basically kind of darts between Arya and then out beside Breslin and kind of just stabs the other one through one temple, and fire erupts from the other side, and dead.
Basically over my head.
Yeah. Right. Yep, there we go. Lenny, give me a perception check. At disadvantage.
Oh, he's about to throw something shitty at us, isn't he?
So yeah, 6. Uh-oh.
More of a box.
Oh no!
What was your armor class?
20. I'm still in rage at the minute, am I?
You are still in rage.
Okay. Uh-oh. A dwarf falls on my head, but it's alive.
You take 4 damage as the mace kind of comes into the back of your shoulder.
Ow!
A what?
Turning around, you see one last of these, bigger, armoured, wearing the vestments of a priest.
Oh.
It's you can just make out the vestments as the mushrooms kind of postulate out from the sides and just kind of bulbous up at the neck, making what might have once been a goiter into like a red cat mushroom.
So I'm fighting a mushroom cleric.
Yes. And yeah, that's about right.
Sounds like a real fun guy.
He's gonna be
your turn.
He's gonna
There
be,
are
he's gonna be a
2
good guy.
either side. Basically, there's 2 in front of you and Breslin.
I'm going to. I can't vicious rapier it because I'm stood behind. I'm going with my crossbow then.
Okay.
That's cacti.
Very cat.
Climbing dice.
11.
Hit.
Oh, good. Hooray.
D6 plus 4.
No, plus 3.
Okay, D6 plus 3.
6.
Bolt goes between the eyes and it just crumples.
Oh, these things are horrible.
Yes. Last one in front of you, Breslin, misses.
So now it's me hitting it.
Yep.
15.
Hit.
6 damage.
Stab it straight through. The prongs go out the back as it just turns basically to dust. I mean, looking closer, it's raw.
Is it done?
Yeah, it's dead.
And then there was one.
Mully, can you roll perception?
Oh, fuck.
Mm.
14.
You see Lenny get attacked by this mushroom cleric.
Hatcher's gonna be pissed when he sees that.
Oh. And this is why we should have left them sanctified.
What would you like to do?
Another firebolt, I guess.
Give it the fireball. So, throw your spell.
24 to hit.
Fucking hell, that's a hit.
Jesus.
There aren't many things I've got that aren't going to
Pick
get
a
hit
follow
by that.
Particular bit of it.
Which freckle?
Oh, that's disappointing. 3.
3. Okay.
It's presumably on fire now, right?
It has taken the fire damage, which kind of gets. Then the mushrooms grow back over to put it back out. You did a good damage, but yeah. Obviously, fire does double damage to these things. Lenny, you've got this mace-wearing mushroom. The only noise it makes. These ain't zombies, these are something else.
Just before I attack, I actually put the manly voice on again. I'm like, maybe you might be a little bit more of a challenge, mate, but just a little.
Okay.
So, swing my sword, relentless attack.
Alright.
Reckless attack, rather.
Reckless attack, yeah. Relentless attack is something else you can get later.
Cool. Reckless attack.
Chain attacks. 18.
24.
Jesus, what did you roll? 18?
18.
Yeah, that's a hit. So 2d12. You are currently raging.
And radiant damage.
Yeah, so 2d12 plus d6 plus 6 because you're raging.
So that's
14. 19. 25.
How do I do this?
it is literally just smash. Just smash it into the ground and just splat.
I like it. So you flip it to the flat and go.
Yes, smack.
Hammer it into the ground with a
Yeah.
flat back spade, put its foreskin over its head and call it a mushroom.
Yep.
It is a mushroom!
And actually,
Yes.
as you pull your flattened sword away, that is what has basically happened. You've smashed it with enough force that it's just turned into a red cat mushroom.
It's a fucking tent peg.
Yeah. You are out of initiative.
Ew, a little bit splattered on me.
Can my temporary hit points
That
be
was fun.
That was
permanent
great.
hit points?
No.
Bloody well done, everyone. That was very good fighting.
Does anyone need healing in particular?
Yeah.
Let's take a rest.
How bad?
19 points.
Jesus.
That's. Oh my good god!
It's just over half.
Actually, yeah, fight is some class, so yeah.
I will use
Ich bin
healing.
tanky.
I know my healing word isn't great, but
Level 1 or level 2?
I can't use it as level 2.
You can use the.
I can use it as level 2 and take a point of exhaustion, but I don't want to.
No, that's when you were splitting it between two of them. You can use it as a level 2 spell. It will do 2d4 plus your charisma modifier.
I will do that then.
Yeah.
Because my level 2 spells are a bit shit, to be honest. I picked incorrectly. So
Okay, you can make your new spell soon.
2d4 plus my charisma modifier, which is 7.
Yep.
So you can take 5 plus 7. 12 hit points back, my dear.
Thank you. And I'll use my lay on hands to deal with the rest.
Awesome. So you're back up to full.
Did you say 12? So
Yeah,
I've taken
12.
minus 7 on that.
I am then going to drink my Quincy's health potion.
Well, if you need
Well-
healing as well. But we're going to take a long rest now.
I'd rather take a short.
Well done.
Because long
How
takes,
many hits have you taken?
8. But
At this time, a long rest would take you up to tomorrow morning. It's getting towards late evening.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on
Aria.
Arya.
So D8 plus 1. Or
D8 plus 2. So that's 7.
okay, so I've only got 1 hit point. And
And
if we
1 more from my healing hands to finish
okay,
it.
fine then.
Anyone else hurt?
Well, we're taking long rest. If we take long rest anyway, we'll be fine. But
Yeah. I think the long rest will be fine because then on my rage is
Saving the
restored.
potions and everything for
Mm.
when we need to.
so are we taking a long or short rest there?
I'm gonna.
Still got time to play out a bit longer.
Yeah, we're going to be calling the session soon.
I'm gonna vote long rest because my rages will restore by then.
Yeah, And my healing will and everything, so
Yeah.
Okay, so we've made
Right, so anyone else need healing?
I've got 5 hit points that I'm missing.
You're fine. You're done.
I've
Thank
taken 17, but if we're having a long rest, then will I be?
we recover our
Yeah.
health points anyway.
Yeah, you recover your health points, your spell
Yeah.
slots, rages, and sorcery points after a long
Oh,
rest.
well. So it's moot point then.
Just
We
what
heal
you're
and
doing
rest
is just
and rest and
nice. What you're doing is just friendliness.
Exactly.
Gonna drink one of those bushels of beer that I found.
Yep, but they're actually full-on kegs, so there's like a gallon of ale in each one.
Wow.
And then I'm filling it with the vision mushrooms.
Absolutely fine. Could you give me a intelligence plus your cooking utensils? So intelligence plus efficiency.
Well,
So,
got 0 on the intelligence.
so you're on +2.
Okay. 10.
The mushrooms that you are collecting are from a race of sentient spore known as myconids.
Wow.
Myconids are, as I said, sentient fungus-like plant creatures that tend towards defensive in nature. There are some culinary circles that know how to cook and prepare them that would not cause an infection to spread through a person. But it is, you don't know the details in how to prepare these for safe consumption.
If we are making camp, could we burn the 3 bodies that are in that house as well, in case they decide to start moving in the night?
Yeah, take all the bodies outside and burn them.
Is that
Yeah.
alright, Mooley? Is that religiously wise alright? I mean,
I believe it can be arranged, and I believe that whatever species these creatures were, they are no longer. So I believe that this would be the expedient thing to do.
I will burn those corpses as well, just to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay, making a pile and searching through the buildings to see what exactly is going on, what the situation is, like what sort of level you're all at. Could everyone give me perception checks? Not so much you, because you were collecting mushrooms. So this is...
Well,
13.
well, I'm doing that while we're resting.
Yeah.
So,
20...
20.
Wait,
13.
2 nat 20s.
Yes.
Yeah!
Okay. I will list off everything you find in every room.
Woo!
When do you come back?
well, yeah, because I'm keeping the stack, so.
Yeah. Right, wait till you come back, because everyone will be happy to know, after that fight, you've all leveled up.
Yay!
Hey!
Level up,
You
level
are
up.
all at 2,700 experience points after I worked out the calculations. And I had to re-watch loads of the videos to work out what I'd actually thrown at everyone. But now I know where everyone is. You've just broken the cusp of level 4.
Yay! Fucking good fight, everyone.
So, just to let everyone know, due to the new rules of Tactical and everything, Mooley,
Yes.
you may now, if you wanted to, at a tribute slot level up, you may change your flexible casting rules. So if you want to drop one of those abilities for a new one, you could. You want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, yes.
What have you got at the moment? You've got Transmuted Spell and
Quicken spell.
So honestly, you're welcome to have a think before next session.
Yeah, I think I will. Does this increase my sorcery points at all? Or...
Yes, your sorcery points will go up to 4.
Okay.
You may also take. You also gain D6 plus your Constitution modifier and hit points.
I just rolled max on my new HP.
Sweet.
Nice.
Constitution modifier. So I've got 5 plus 3, so 8. Gained 8.
D12. Minus D12, is it anything else?
D12 plus your Constitution modifier.
+5. Right, 7. So 48.
I believe I can learn a new second level spell.
You may also, to the two casters at the table,
Bad.
one of the new
11.
rules means that at level up you can change your cantrips if you wanted.
I may do. Quick
Yeah.
query, it says here ability score improvement. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
How many
ability
have you
score
got now?
improvement. This is
I've
the
got
last thing I want to
48,
actually get to
46.
for everyone at the
Hey.
table to let them know. Yeah.
Welcome to the high HP.
What's
Do
that?
I get any more spell slots at all? Or,
Yes, you get more spell slots. Jenny, could you do sorcerer for me?
sorry, just haven't got the book to hand.
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
just getting to it for you.
For you three at the table, unfortunately Willie doesn't get this due to how sorcerers work. The three of you, if you want to at this level up, may change your subclass. So you could change from Zealot, you could change from change your Oath, and
Right.
Jenny, you can change your college, which I know you were talking about.
I was right quickly then and quiet.
Oh, I now get 20 points healing, don't I?
Emma, you should now have 5 cantrips, 4 first level spells, and 3 second level spells.
So I've
And-
gained a second.
And you should know a total of 5 spells, not including Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay, so no,
Have you got the table there for Paladin, or is it?
Yeah, hang
Do I
on.
get any more?
so not including Ray of Sickness.
That's it. So you should have a total of 6 spells, not including your cantrips.
Paladin, you have 3.
So you can pick a new spell, basically.
3
Right, okay, thank you.
Level 4,
Yeah,
yeah. 3 level 1, yeah.
3 level 1s, and ability score improvement, which I believe you're about
Yeah,
to
I'm
explain.
about to explain ability score improvement.
And sorry, you're barbarian, so I'll get you yours.
So I don't gain any more spells.
4th, you
Uh,
get an you get 3 rages a day.
Mhm.
Your rage damage is +2, and you get ability score improvement as
yeah,
well.
everyone at level 4 gets what's called an ability score improvement. Now, you can either take the ability score improvement, but I would personally recommend everyone instead take a feat.
We can
that's
take
what-
feats.
We can take feats
Oh.
now. Emma, I will message
Yes.
you the list of feats so you can look through them and decide what you would like most. And I can talk through that with you later.
Yeah, okay. I might want to talk about which new spell I want to pick as well. Just yeah.
Absolutely. You've got me on Discord so we can chat anytime tomorrow, anytime, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, before we'll sort out feats at the table in just a moment, so you guys can see what you're getting. Bibro, you're taking the list of what everyone finds, yes?
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Looking through things, giving you all a chance to actually look at things, you find a needle, specially kept in a little case that has a little script on it saying that it's a needle that will never bend or break. Like a sewing needle.
Mhm.
There is a receipt of deposit of 410 platinum pieces in the Bank of Yektit. So it's like a receipt of deposit.
Yanked it.
Yektit. Y-E-C-T-I-T. Shut up.
Okay.
There is a pipe made of polished bone, or ivory, you can't tell which.
Ivory is bone.
A glass orb.
Yep.
You find a pearl.
Mm-hmm.
A small gold bracelet. A gold ring with a bloodstone in it. A necklace of pink pearls. 10 pounds of the salt that you were looking for still in good condition. And it is the salt that you were sent to collect.
Nice.
Mhm.
And in the small temple at the side of the road, where the cleric probably came from, you find in the temple to Lunatari, which is an associated goddess of Cyrilli, you manage to find a reliquary of Giovanni. It appears to have... It looks like a finger bone, as far as you can tell. It may belong to him, it may not.
Usually have to
That's
sell
what it
those in
says.
packs of 10.
Hmm?
Usually have to sell those in packs of 10.
It says it's a relic of Giovanni. You... be impossible to tell.
Recognise.
Yeah. And... that is everything there was in the city, because these two both are all crit pass.
Yay.
Right. Speed running to the very end, because we are coming up on time, and bloody hell did we manage that well. You all have a decent night's rest. Nothing bothers you, nothing comes to attack. The fire that you have in the middle of the town, burning the remains of everything you killed and everything you find that appears to be affected by these mushrooms, probably keeps most things away for the night. And in the morning, you'll awake, have a pleasant meal prepared by Freslin, and are ready to face the challenges of the first dungeon the party will face.
Woohoo!
So,
HP
end
restored.
of session.
Yay!
What do people think?
That was good.
Good.
It's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Yes.
I don't usually like doing horde battles, but that was kind of fun.
That was cool. That was fun.
There are a few bits in terms of like actual roleplay wise where it got a bit butt clenchy for me, like the whole thing with you two at the mediators.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That did get a little tense.
Yeah. Give me a piece of yourself if you lose. No!
Cal, have you got Tasha's over there?
I do indeed.
If people want to pick their feet, they're in the back of that. I think it's 1/6 something.
Yes, and there are some in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
I've
so-
just taken my feet.
What have you taken?
Magic Initiate.
What does it do?
I can now pick 2 cantrips and 1 first level spell from any other school.
Oh! And you cast
Nice.
them as if they were your casting style? Or?
I do. I cast them as if they are mine.
Oh, I like that.
Damn.
So yeah, you can look through any of the... So it's 2 cantrips and 1 level 1 spell.
Yes.
Nice. Alright. Emma, I will message you the list of feats available to you.
Yeah.
Probably tonight or tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, sure, that's great.
Cool. You have a good night rest.
I will do, thank you.
Yeah.